For an evergreen planet. During the 2025 Eagles season, West is once again partnering with the world champion Eagles for its Field Goal Forest program. With each successful field goal kicked this season, the Eagles and West will plant 30 trees. West is a proud sustainability partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles and West, by your side for a healthier world. Learn more at westpharma.com/Eagles.
Tailgating without Pepsi this football season? That'd be like playing football without pads. You could do it, but I wouldn't. Or like watching the Eagles without a Go Birds chant. It's just not the same. Your tailgate's cheesesteak is good, but a cheesesteak paired with a crisp, refreshing Pepsi Zero Sugar? That's a game changer. Tailgating deserves Pepsi.
Hey, Birds fans, it's the Little Caesars Pizza Pregame Challenge. Enjoy your Little Caesars favorites and earn our best game day rewards. Open the app, accept your challenge, complete your challenge, and earn your reward. Accept, complete, earn, repeat. Little Caesars, official pizza of your Philadelphia Eagles.
Pizza.
Purchase required for reward eligibility. Must be 18 plus and legal resident of the 50 U.S. states, including D.C., and have an account on the Little Caesars app. Available in the Little Caesars app only and at participating stores. See littlecaesars.com/challenges for details.
In Philly, we go all out for what we believe in. And at Linc Financial, we're no different. Since 2003, we've been proudly flying alongside Eagles fans everywhere. Since 1905, we've been helping Americans with retirement, protection, and benefit solutions built to last. 120 years in, and just like the Birds, we have no plans on slowing down. Linc Financial, the name behind the Linc. Linc Financial is the marketing name for Lincoln National Corporation and affiliates, copyright 2025.
We've all been there. You hold onto a coupon, hoping to cash it in at the store, but then you forget about it. And suddenly you've got a mountain of useless expired coupons.
Do you think this one's still good? Free milk.
Oh, mate, that expired in 1993.
Dang it.
Fortunately, there are better ways to save money, like by switching to Geico. You could save about $900 on car insurance without ever touching a coupon.
Ooh, how about this one? Half off floppy disks.
Now, you should try a bit of spring cleaning.
It feels good to save big. It feels good to Geico.
Golden Nugget Jewelers is where Philly gets engaged. Why? Because Golden Nugget carries famous designers like Tacori, Verragio, and many more. And with the largest inventory of loose diamonds around, they can also help you create your own design. Golden Nugget has the best price guarantee, a lifetime upgrade policy, and jewelers on site for same-day repairs and cleanings. Their friendly, family-oriented staff will make you look and feel like a hero. Golden Nugget Jewelers at the corner of 8th and Chestnut or at goldennuggetjewelry.com. It's where Philly gets engaged.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Sports Radio 94 WIP presents the Eagles Radio Network. The Eagles storm into Wild Card Weekend today at the Linc.
They're a really good team. They have really good coaching. They play very hard.
To earn a championship game berth, they have to navigate the playoff gauntlet.
You want to run it back and you want to play and compete again. That's part of the reason why you're here.
Up first, the San Francisco 49ers. Today's game is sponsored in part by PNC Bank, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey, PDQ Restaurant Point of Sale Systems, your Delaware Valley Honda dealers, Verizon, and Piazza Auto Group. You're listening to the Verizon Pregame Show on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
Welcome to the Verizon Pregame Show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of the Philadelphia Eagles, alongside Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Elliott Shore-Parks. I am Joe Giglio as we get set for the Eagles and the 49ers, the number 3 seed, the 6 seed, NFC wildcard playoff. The road to a repeat starts this afternoon at the Linc. Ike, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling good, brother. Yeah, we go, Ben. Go Birds! G-L-E-S-E.
The crowd's going to be ready today. It's a big day, Hugh.
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good, Joe G. Big game today. Listen, the Niners, Bang Bang Niner gang is in town today.
Bang Bang Niner gang is crazy.
That's a lot of red out there.
We got to send them home.
That's right.
Send them home. They've been out there playing around with the statue and everything. No, they got to go. Why does everybody come to town do that? Why they have to always go to the Rocky statue? You know, it really rarely ends well for you when you do that.
It ends poorly.
You know what I mean? But it's like y'all don't mind going to the Rocky statue, doing what y'all do, and then coming in here and taking his ass whooping.
Yeah.
We're going to call Michael Irvin up in this piece to get you to do the BTA and let him do what he do.
Elliot, how you feeling?
Feeling good. I feel like this is what the whole season's been about, right? I mean, all season, every Monday, we talk about this team and go, it wasn't a pretty win, but it's not the playoffs. Or, they didn't play their best, but it's not the playoffs. And they say that, right? We have time. It's about playing your best football at the end of the season.
Here.
Well, the time is here. Like, this is the time to see if this team can go to the next level. Can the offense play better? Can Jalen play better? Will the running game be better? Will the offensive line be better? All season, we've been able to excuse away those things to an extent because they have been winning, and they did win, I think it was 11 games, whatever it ended up being. Today, they have to play like the team we think they can be. And if they do, they should win this game comfortably. But it's about if you believe they can finally put together a full, clean football.
Man, wrap it up.
Well,
what did he say? He was long talking
Yeah.
I mean, trying to get his point
Passion right now. We're doing analysis. We got 2 hours
I thought that's
for
what
analysis.
we were doing. Okay. Well, I got a bunch more if you want me to keep going.
Well, I know you do. We got a while to go. All right.
Wow,
Let's just start here. You know, I think I heard you say on the afternoon show one of the days this week.
I was cooking. I had to keep going.
You were cooking. I heard you say it one day this week, and I agree with you. That maybe we're looking at this thing wrong. And we're going to spend a lot of time on the offense today and what they're going to do and how good they could be in this postseason. But I don't know what the offense is going to do. I do know what the defense is capable of. This team is a defensive team. And yesterday we saw a lot of offense. And we'll get to the two games and how this impacts the Eagles we saw yesterday in the NFC. The defense, that's what I'm looking towards because the defense led the way last year. And if the defense plays the way it did against Josh Allen a few weeks ago, if it plays the way it did against some of the biggest offense they saw this year, they're going to win today, and they can win next week, and they can win the week after that, and we're going to be in California. Like, they have that ability.
Yeah, and listen, I know it's not sexy to a lot of people, but damn it, I don't mind it. I don't mind being a defensive-led team. I know Saquon was fantastic last year, had a once-in-a-lifetime type of season last year, but that still was a defensive-led team last year, and that's what this team's identity finally shaped itself into. While they've gone back and forth trying to figure out what they want to be from an identity standpoint on the offensive side of the ball, you know what? The defense has always known what to hang their hat on. And since they've gotten healthy, since Nakobe Dean has been back in the lineup, since they traded for Jalen Phillips, they've been arguably the best defense in football. Take that game out last week because no starters really played. But from the time they went to the midseason to now, they've been the best defense in football. They've given up the fewest amount of points. They've finally gotten back to their identity. And what I like about this team, and I hope they stick with it today, and don't take this the wrong way, they recognize that the defense will lead them to victory. They just need to play complementary football. It doesn't mean you can't be aggressive at all. You can't take the shots when it presents itself. But you got to play smart football knowing that as long as you don't put this defense in a bad position, you're probably going to win the game.
Yeah, and
you're probably going to win the game.
You are. I mean, that's the way they've won. That's the way they need to win. And Elliott, the matchup today is as good as it gets. I mean, it's Vic Fangio with an awesome defense that's getting better. As I just said, since the bye week, they've been awesome. Against maybe the best offensive mind in the sport and a guy that's been doing this for a long time. And this might be his best coaching job because I look at the Niners, I'm like, how the hell are they 12-5? But it's Shanahan is the reason they're 12-5.
Well, I also think the Niners are a perfect example of why the Eagles can be not as creative or more simplistic on offense. The Eagles have a ton of talent on offense. They have great receivers. They have a great running back. When they play to their potential, they have a great offensive line. The Niners don't have that. Like, Shanahan has to get creative. He has to do different things because they don't have great receivers. Obviously, Kittle's very good. McCaffrey's good. Their offensive line is not great. So, to piggyback off Ike's point, like, if you're the Eagles today, I know everyone wants them to open it up and do all these crazy things. Today's the exact day not to do that. Today is the day up against a bad defense to just do what you do well, or try to do well. Like, run the ball, right? No reason to get creative. Just go out, take care of the ball, run the ball, control the clock. And I think the Eagles defense will be able to keep this offense, low 20s, but the flip side of that too is I think we're taking a little pressure off the offense when I say that. Like,
sure,
the defense is good for sure, and the defense has played outstanding. They're still going to go as far as Jalen and this offense takes them. Like, we saw that last night. Caleb Williams making that play on fourth down.
My goodness, that throw.
There's going to be moments that Jalen has to make those plays.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what I've been saying the last couple of weeks, man. This offense has to figure out a way to help this defense out. If they're not going to score a lot of points, eat up clock. eat up as much clock as you can.
Yeah.
And allow them to be salty. Just let them play salty all day, man. And if you do that and you get points in there, and if they get some points, then we're going to go home victorious.
Well, you've talked.
Jake Elliott better be on point today.
I know. This wind is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's going to get worse. I mean, this kind of reminds me of the Bears game weather-wise. It's not that cold, but it's windy.
Well, it's going to get worse
that's what
next
cost
week,
the Packers. That's what cost the Packers last
It
night.
did. Well, that and the coach. I mean,
Now, I will say it doesn't
He
seem
might
like
be done.
it's blowing as hard on the field right now, I will say. Like, if you look at the flags on the – but yeah, wind's going to be a factor because it's only going to get colder and windier throughout the day.
Yeah, all right. So how are they doing this today? Is this a day because of the wind to run the football? I mean, they get the offensive line rested. Now, one part of this that we are waiting on, Elliot, is the status of Lane Johnson. So let's hit that. And when the news comes in today, we'll break it down. But it seemed good, Elliot. Limited practice. And then yesterday, Jay Glazer has the report, swelling in his foot. What do you think? What's your guess on how this plays out?
So my guess is soon he'll go out on the field here at the Linc and test it out and see if he can play. I think he really wants to play. That's why he's been out of practice this week. But it doesn't feel like it's trending in the direction of him playing. The fact that he was listed as questionable to me is a red flag. Like normally when the Eagles have a guy that throughout the week is up in the air, they'll just put him as a full go because they don't like playing the whole questionable game, letting the other team know that he's injured. So he could play, but I do think it is 50-50, and that's not how I felt earlier in the week. I thought earlier in the week he was definitely going to play, but maybe he hasn't responded well to a few days of practice. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it's trending in a positive direction.
Is this something they should make a decision on pregame, or are they going to let him try to play in the game and see how it goes? Because that feels risky to me.
Yeah, no, I think you take him out there probably around this time.
Just see if he can go.
Trying to figure out what he feels like
he
today.
He ain't playing, man.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I think he's going to be out.
I think he's.
Now I don't know if he's going to last the game.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen that a lot.
What you mean get that heroic start?
Yeah. I think he's going to try to give it a go.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Do you guys think it's a big deal if he plays or not?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I definitely. I ain't about to say it ain't a big deal.
Of course.
Are we sure about that? Like he hasn't played. Okay, he hasn't played in 2 months, right? He was in and out of the lineup for the 2 games he didn't play before. He played at a relatively high level, but it's not like the offensive line was dominating before he went out. Lane Johnson's a great player, but he is. I don't know. Fred Johnson's played for 2 straight months. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be.
It was that last game.
Yeah, he was an open
I'm
door.
seeing guys getting tossed around and everything.
Yeah, but
He
got violated.
Lane is not 100%. That's my point. Like if he plays today,
I take 75% of Lane. I'll take it
all day long.
I do think the benefit of Lane playing is you can go to those 6-man offensive
and
lines,
he's fresh.
which they have not done since he's
fresh
been
legs.
out.
What they call them, fresh legs.
All right, what's everyone's take quickly on what we saw yesterday? Because we now know, based on yesterday's results, what the path is for the Eagles. They win today. Ike, we are headed to Chicago next week to take on the Bears, and it is the path I pick. I want it. Like if you told me I could pick it, I would rather go to Chicago than play the Rams here. That's what's up now.
You're nuts.
No, that's what I'd rather.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't see why. Like, listen. We're 5-0 at home under Nick and Jalen. We're 0-2 on the road, I believe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Under those two. I understand from a personnel, tail of the tape type of matchup.
I think the Rams are better.
Yeah. I totally get that. But the edge of playing at home is such a benefit to your defense. Like, that's where we're going to thrive, is because if we're a defensive-led team, then you want a road team coming in here with this crowd and the frenzy, with the defense out there playing where that offense can't hear, feeding off of this energy. And to take this team on the road, listen, they may be able to gut a win out, but you saw that team yesterday. That's a team that doesn't give up, that doesn't quit, that has a quarterback that can pull a rabbit out of his hat.
He's done like 7 times now.
Stuff like that happens when you're playing at home, and I don't want to test the Chicago Magic. I would not have wanted to test. We don't have a choice now.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't have wanted to test that magic in their building. I would have preferred to be at home.
Hugh, what'd you think of the games yesterday?
Man, I tell you.
Great games, though.
Wow.
The first one, that Rams game in Carolina.
Yeah.
I wanted Carolina to win.
Yeah,
for bragging rights. I wanted to win for bragging rights. But when you hear Matthew Stafford talk about I'm going to snatch their hearts at the end of the game at that, and then throw that dime that he threw, the biggest thing that jumped out at me was the quarterback play. And the clutch quarterback play when they needed it. And when you talk about that Chicago game, Chicago was getting beat up pretty good that whole game. And then all of a sudden, I guess somebody said something about somebody's mama, and then it changed everything.
Yeah.
It really, really did, man. So, that's the thing that jumped out to me yesterday, the resiliency of both squads and the fact that the quarterbacks came up with some clutch plays when they had to.
Well, that's where Elliott's point of Jalen having to be a big part of the team's success if it's going to happen. I agree with you. Like, I don't know if you need to do it for 4 quarters, but there's going to come moments where he has to make plays either
quarterback,
with his leg
that's what it is,
or his arm, and he has to be able to step up and do that, and that's what you saw yesterday.
You know what this reminds me of? Like, I know you watch a lot of basketball. When they say in the playoffs, it's the half-court game because that's when the big man becomes important in the game.
Used to.
We're old school. Because we used to take the points when you were in a situation to get
now that's
get
old
three.
school, yeah.
You used to take the points. But the bottom line is this, man. That's why, and this is where, I know y'all going to get mad, but defense is a luxury, not a necessity.
Oh, no.
This is where wait a minute, may I be please allowed to finish?
Sure.
This is where it comes from because these are the times where your franchise quarterback takes over and makes big plays.
All right, we'll do more on the quarterback and what we expect out of him as the postseason arrives now. All right, this is the Eagles Radio Network presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Dear winter, you're not so treacherous because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's saying something. So you bring the action and we'll bring the traction. Always Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Football fans don't just watch the game, they live it. From pregame rituals to postgame celebrations, PNC is proud to be presenting sponsor of the Eagles Radio Network and a devoted fan just like you. Fans who show up in full force in every kind of weather, because keeping your finances boring allows you to make exciting memories full of face paint, tailgates, and all the things that make game day. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Know what's below, because even minor excavation projects like installing a mailbox, building a patio, or putting up a fence can do major damage. Contact 811 before you dig, or visit pa1call.org to submit a locate request to have underground utilities marked.
Kick off game day the right way this season with Hers, the snack that's rooted in Philly. They've been a hometown favorite for nearly 8 decades and counting. So, when you say their first team all flavor, you can taste it. Hers runs a deep roster of unbelievable flavors like zesty, sour cream and onion, sweet and smoky honey barbecue, and slightly spicy jalapeno kettle chips. So next Birds game, you can't help but go for 2. Bags, that is. Hers, rooted in flavor. If there's one thing I learned from playing, is that a winning team is built on a solid foundation. The same goes for your home. That's why you need Groundworks on your roster. Philadelphia's experts in basement waterproofing, foundation, and crawl space repair. Their team of dedicated professionals is here to tackle any challenge. Whether you have water in your basement, sagging floors, or smells coming from your crawl space, Groundworks is here to protect your home for game day and beyond. Book your free inspection today at groundworks.com.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
Don't forget to set your lineup.
All right, high-efficiency heat pump, check. Clean air filter, check. New Carrier Smart Thermostat, check.
Don't get sidelined by your HVAC system this season. Your local Carrier Comfort Advisor offers a full lineup of home comfort solutions and convenient financing options to suit your needs. Visit nopaycarrier.com for local utility rebates and to find a comfort expert near you.
nopaycarrier.com.
E.D. Moyer Lumber is your window expert. Anderson 400 series are the clad wood windows more contractors trust for their own homes. Contractors love them because they're easy to install, time-tested, and are the windows with fewer callbacks. Homeowners love their superior design with styles that bring their unique vision to life. Based on a 2022 Anderson brand survey of U.S. contractors, your Anderson expert is A.D. Moyer Lumber in Gilbertsville, Pottstown, Bethlehem, and Kutztown, and on the web at admoyer.com. FWWeb.com.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score report dated 1H 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
You're listening to the Verizon Pregame Show on the Eagles Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Verizon Pregame Show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, guys, we spoke a lot about the defense and how this is a defensive team now in that first segment, but the quarterback and the offense is always on the menu, which is sponsored by Hatfield. Better care, better pork. Head to simplyhatfield.com to find a retail location near you. All right. It was not a great season for the offense. It was not a great season for the quarterback. Are we expecting different in the postseason? Is this going to be a different Eagles offense because the month has changed to January? Ike, are they ready to turn it on?
I think they're going to be the same offense that we've seen all year. And let's hope it's not to the extent that we've seen it when it was at its worst.
You mean like halves without completions?
Yeah, I don't need to see that.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't need to see that. But I also don't expect an explosive offense to go up and down the field. Like, we haven't seen that all year, so I'm not going to sit here and act as if I expect all of a sudden today that's what they're going to do. But if they are efficient and if they can run the football and continue to move the chains, when they get down in the red zone, that's when they have to capitalize.
And they've been good there for the most part.
So I don't mind the extended drives, the 10 to 12-play drives that'll shorten the game. As long as you capitalize when you're down in the red zone with a touchdown or two, I think we're going to be okay. This is Jalen's time of the year. Yep. I am a believer in that. This kid enjoys playing in these types of games. I think he enjoys everybody watching and an opportunity to prove people wrong. And, again, he's not going to do that by lighting up the scoreboard. He's going to do that by making plays that only Jalen Hurts can make out there. So that's
rhythmic
what I expect to see
ball
today.
play. That's what my man said. He said rhythmic ball play. And he also talked about, this time of the year, greatness is in him. So I expect Jalen to go out there and win the football game. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I feel like it's going to be somewhere in the 21-point range. And this defense is going to go out there and they're going to stand on their head today.
I do think one thing it needs to look like, though, on offense, Jalen needs to run the ball today.
Yeah.
And he needs to run it in the playoffs as far as they go. That can be the difference. I don't think today they will turn into an outstanding running game or an outstanding passing game. I don't think they'll have 400 yards of offense. But I think what they can do that is different from the regular season is let Jalen make plays with his legs. And Jalen needs to go make plays with his legs. Remember last year against the Rams?
Yeah.
Not a great offensive game, right? It was a low-scoring game. The snow was in the second half. But Jalen had a 45-yard touchdown run at the beginning of the game that set the tone. I think against a defense that is missing linebackers, doesn't have a great defensive line, he will have time back there to find running lanes and do it. So designed runs on scrambles, I think him running today can be the difference between the offense in the regular season and the postseason.
So how many runs you looking at?
I think 10. I think you want 10 runs. Not all designed, but I'm saying some scrambles, maybe 4 or 5 designed run calls, and early in the game.
I think it needs to be 6 to 8. Anything less, I don't think is enough.
6 to 8 is good.
Yeah, I mean, he's run more in the playoffs in his career than typically in the regular season.
Yeah.
And one thing Elliott said there that I think is interesting. You said
running is all good until he gets banged up.
But it's got to be early.
We got to move the chains.
Yeah.
This is do or die here.
Well, we got a $20 million running back
all
back
right,
there.
we'll get to him.
20 of them things.
Elliott, you said something about this. You said designed runs. How much of this and that touchdown against the Rams, that was a designed run.
Yep.
That was he ran, right? That wasn't like a pass to a scramble. It was he keeps it in runs. Elliott, how much of it is on the coaching staff, on Kevin Patullo today, to put the ball in Jalen's hand to run it?
I think they should absolutely call design running plays. So I guess it is on the coaching staff. There's been a lot of talk throughout the season is why are they not running Jalen? Is it Jalen doesn't want to? Like, whatever the reason might be. The bottom line is now we're in the playoffs and Jalen got here healthy. Like, I think that was what this was really about. If you look at the past postseason runs, Jalen has been banged up going into them. Last year, he didn't play for, like a month before that first playoff game. He is healthy. He's the healthiest he's probably ever been going into the postseason.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I think
I want to keep him that way.
I want to win. We got to get a win.
Designed runs early on will throw this defense off. Just give them the fear of thinking Jalen will hold it. I think that can be enough where later in the game, now you got to do whatever it takes, but later in the game you don't have to run it as much.
I like 6 to 8.
6 to 8 feels right.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's at 1 or 2 or 3, that's not enough.
But I don't think there needs to be a number. Like, they have to run it when they need him to.
I think there needs to be a number.
But what are you saving him for next week?
Yeah.
Well, what if there is no next week?
Ooh.
Well, you mean to tell me?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's a fourth quarter and he's at 8 runs.
At what point has our success hinged on Jalen Hurts running the football?
I think he's always been a big part of the offense.
It hasn't.
I think it has been. And if you go into
maybe
today,
in 2022, that's when he ran his most. But other than that, they didn't win a Super Bowl because Jalen Hurts was running the football.
Well, but last year I do think he helped the running game by running. I think that was part of it, right?
And there's a healthy amount of times to do that before you put him at risk. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. You were risking him by running.
We got Saquon Barkley in the backfield.
But if the offense is stalled early on.
So here's what you do. You run your read option plays where there's an opportunity to give the ball to Saquon or Jalen keeps it.
Agreed.
But all these design runs, every time he's gotten injured, it's been on a quarterback design run.
I agree, but I'm saying this year they have not run it at a high level or passed it at a high level. So in a game that you obviously is a must-win game, I'm not putting a number count on how much Jalen runs the ball. Like, they have to do what works today. And if early on it's working and other parts of the team are not, I'm not going to shy away from that on the chance that he could get hurt. Like, it would be unfortunate if he got hurt, obviously. It would be a huge blow to the team. But they need to worry about advancing to next week more so than, protecting him, if that makes sense.
Let's put a number on this. We all said to start the show today, this is going to be led by the defense, right? We're not expecting the offense to just, put up 40 a game the next 4 weeks.
Offensive explosion.
But this is not a good defense on personnel right now. The Niners come in here all banged up. There's no Fred Warner. There's no Nick Bosa. I'm putting the number at 24 today. Our offense better get to 24 points today.
I agree.
Anything less, and it's just not good enough because they're only going to see.
Well,
they're only going to see.
We only give up 13. It is.
Well,
good enough.
I know. But just speaking from the offense, I'll put it this way: if we're under 24, this game could be tight in the fourth quarter, right? If we're at 20. That game is probably within a score with 5 minutes to go. Like,
sure.
To me, 24 is the number. Like that, I feel like, all right, we can be comfortable. Anything less, and we're going to be biting our nails again.
Okay, all right.
I need 24.
So, but I got him scoring 26.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I think what you're saying is obviously is true to it. But it's also about just holding on to the ball, right? Like, if they have 24 points entering the fourth quarter and they kill 5 minutes of the clock.
That's fine.
So I get your point about the point total, but it's more about, are they controlling the game? Like, against Buffalo, the defense let up a touchdown. The offense gets the ball back. They kill a minute off the clock. They get minus 2 yards. They pump back. They almost lost the game. So I think in the fourth quarter, especially if they're up, it can be almost as valuable just to kill time as it is to end with 3 points or whatever.
What are you thinking, Hugh? What's the number today?
You already know what I've been thinking, Joe.
Stop.
What I've been thinking for the whole last month. 21 points.
Not enough.
21-17. If it's 21-17 and we win, it's enough.
I get it.
Yeah,
but
it'll be enough if we win.
That's what I'm saying, 21-17.
It's 21-17 and they got the ball.
Listen, and I hate that you came to me because you know I'm going to be the drunk uncle at the barbecue and tell the truth.
That's why I went to you.
This offense has been anemic the last couple months, Joe. It's a fact. But we've been winning, and that's the only thing that matters. 21-17. I know we're not giving predictions.
Yeah, we got a little time to go here.
But that's my prediction. That's been my prediction all week. 21-17, we win the football game. Let's go to Chicago.
All right, let's go. All right, Dave Spadaro is going to join us next. This is the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Modern Group is your trusted authorized Hyundai forklift dealer in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, helping lift your team to victory. With trucks ranging from all types of sizes, let Modern be your Hyundai forklift provider. Modern Group also services and sells parts for all forklifts. And right now, Modern Group is hiring technicians. Signing bonus, great pay, benefits, and employee-owned. Join a winning team. Visit moderngroup.com for your forklift needs.
Breaking news. TurnersvilleJeep.com is now the #1 volume Jeep, Dodge, Ram dealer in South Jersey. Come see why more customers trust TurnersvilleJeep.com for the best inventory and the best prices in the tri-state area. With over 400 new Jeeps, Dodges, and Ram trucks to choose from, there has truly never been a better time to get the vehicle of your dreams and at payments anyone can afford. Reserve your vehicle today at TurnersvilleJeep.com. Again, that's TurnersvilleJeep.com.
A message from Bradford White Water Heaters. How you heat your water matters, and you do have a choice. So choose efficiency, choose reliability, choose innovation. Choose a water heater that's manufactured in America using the finest components from around the world. Choose Bradford White. Still is and always will be built to be the best. So make the right choice. Ask your plumbing professional to install a Bradford White water heater in your home or business. Visit BradfordWhite.com to learn more.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability.
Nice.
Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
In this town, champions aren't born, they're built on the field and in care settings across the region. Brandon Graham here to tell you the Philadelphia Eagles and Jefferson Health are teaming up because they know precision matters, because every moment counts, and because care isn't just about what happens on game day, it's about showing up every day for every person in every neighborhood. We're one team with one goal, to care for this community together. Jefferson Health, champions of care.
Merrill Reese here to talk about my friends at NovaCare Rehabilitation. Being an Eagles fan is serious business with no time for aches and pain. The physical therapist at NovaCare will help make sure you stay healthy, active, and doing the activities you love, like cheering on the Eagles. With more than 150 convenient locations throughout the Delaware Valley and South Jersey, visit NovaCare.com to schedule an appointment. NovaCare is the official physical therapy provider to the Philadelphia Eagles. Experience the power of physical therapy.
Imagine the perfect chicken tender. Crispy, juicy, for lack of a better word, tendery. Now imagine these perfect tenders at Wendy's. 'Cause they are. Wendy's new chicken tenders are here with delicious new dipping sauces like Wendy's Signature, Creamy Ranch, and Honey Barbecue. And they're so good, we even changed our name from Wendy's to Tendies. I believe that's what the kids call manifesting. For Tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Game day just got personal. This season, it's not just about showing up, it's about showing out. And as proud partners of the Philadelphia Eagles, Kendra Scott wants to help you bring your own unique style to the sidelines all season long. Shop exclusive grain and silver jewelry or customize your own look at Color Bar for the ultimate style showdown. Visit your local Kendra Scott store or KendraScott.com today to build your winning look, where team spirit meets personal style.
Be the MVP of the year. Order your groceries online and get them delivered or ready for pickup in 30 minutes or less with Acme Splash Delivery or Pickup. Acme makes sure Eagles fans have all their game day needs to tailgate or host like a pro. Don't miss the playoff special of the week. Clip the digital offer for Nabisco family-size snack crackers, Ritz, Chips Ahoy, Oreos, or Nutter Butter, all for $3.49 each. Download the Acme app now to clip and shop. Acme, the official supermarket of the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is the Verizon Pregame Show on Eagles Radio.
Here, man. Welcome back to the Verizon Pregame Show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of the Philadelphia Eagles, alongside Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Elliott Shore Parks. I'm Joe Gillian. Joining us now, Eagles insider Dave Spadaro. Dave, another January. We're back here for playoff football.
I love it. I know. I love it. Crowd's fired up. Great energy here. And let's go Birds.
Let's go Birds. Well,
right.
that's the sentiment from everyone out there ready to go. Dave, one bird in particular we're waiting to see the status on.
Me too.
Lane Johnson. What's your how do you think this goes the next hour or so?
I think I think they probably know already, but maybe run him out there on the field and test him out and see how he does. But I mean, if you're at this point and you're not sure you're going, I would say you're probably not going. But I don't know. I mean, this is a
breaking news.
Very weird. Like, is there something out there? I really don't know. We'll find out in 1/2 hour. But I mean, he's been limited in practice and has not played in a game for, 6 weeks, 7 weeks? So it's really hard to expect. If anybody can do it, Lane Johnson can do it. But to come back from that and play in a playoff game, right, for 60 minutes, I think that's
you think they're better off playing Fred in that instance?
Not if Lane says he can go. Not if Lane. But now look, I mean, obviously the Niners are not stout on the edges.
Right.
Fred's got experience. He's got some chemistry built up with the offensive line already. Rest of the guys. So it's not the words. We're lucky to have a Fred Johnson here. Mm-hmm. But if Lane is able to go, I would have thought he might have gotten a full practice in the
same. Yeah.
See, I look at it the other way.
What?
If he's not able to go, why not? They would have just said he's not able to go.
Well, but it's a little bit gamesmanship. I mean, I think that the Niners are doing the same thing. We can't figure out who's playing linebacker for them. Everybody,
because it doesn't matter.
Ricky Pearsall didn't practice all week, and he's listed as questionable.
That feels like Shanahan playing games.
Well, they did all their players as questionable.
So it's a bit of gamesmanship here, and I'm not suggesting that that's the case with Lane, but I've always wondered, I've always kind of thought that you get a full practice in during the week before a player goes out and plays. Now, Trent Williams only missed one game, right? So he's going to limited practice and then go out and play. But Lane has missed so much time that I think it's hard to go out and play 60 minutes after being limited in practice all week.
Elliot, another injury that I heard you mention yesterday on Go Birds with James was Brett Toth. So, so give us a feel of the offensive line depth today, especially if
now that's what's interesting, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. The Eagles did not promote an offensive line.
Okay.
Which that gives me the idea that the Eagles will expect Lane to play. But I'm not sure who else is there to promote.
Right, so
you would need a body just in case
Cameron
gets
Williams.
Extra body.
Cameron Williams would be that guy.
Right, I think the tough thing with Toth being out is, hopefully it doesn't matter. Hopefully he doesn't play. Cam, Landon, Tyler, they all play the whole game. But he's their top interior backup offensive lineman at obviously key spots, the center, the guard. So I think losing him, now you look at that backup offensive line. You have Drew Kendall, who's a rookie. He did play last week, but he's not played much this season. You have Matt Pryor, who has not played that well when he's gone in this year. He's been better.
Struggles so much at tackle.
Tackle. Yeah, now maybe he goes in at guard today. He can be a little better there if one were to go down. But, yeah, I mean, the offensive line has been a problem all year. And I think going into this postseason run, you hope they can be better. It's a bad 49ers defensive line, so it can be a get-right game for the line. But if they're missing Lane, if they're missing Brett Toth, they're definitely undermanned on that line.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, the idea that it's a get-right game, this is not the Las Vegas Raiders coming in here.
Yeah.
This is a playoff game.
No, but the line itself, the 49ers defensive line had 20 sacks this year. It was dead last in the NFL. I mean, that's like a terrible number.
But
they're terrible against the run.
But their coordinator, Robert Saleh, is so good that he will find ways to compensate, as he has done.
Well, he didn't find ways to do it all year.
They won 12 games.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's a get-right game for the Eagles. I'm saying for the offensive line, it is a winnable matchup where they can then get some momentum, play well today, and then if they win, obviously, you go to next week with a good game under your belt. I just think the 49ers defensive line is one of the worst in the NFL. The team is not, but the line is.
I agree with you, Elliot, and there's a lot of stats out there that say the Niners defense stinks. They were only 13th, though, in points allowed.
Yeah, they gave up 13 points last week to Seattle.
Yeah. For all their issues, and they do have personnel issues.
Well, Seattle's offense is not.
Well,
right, and you look at some of the teams they played in this winning streak, the Colts, the Titans, the Browns. Again, the Niners are a good team. I'm just saying their defensive line, the numbers don't lie. They are dead last in the NFL in sacks. They're 30th in snaps with the pressure.
Yes.
They're terrible against the run.
They are. Yeah.
Right, so the Eagles' offensive line, if they play to their potential, should dominate this matchup.
They should. We'll see if they do. Dave, another thing that we're watching and we're just literally seeing in front of us is the wind and how the weather. We've had a lot of these games this year where we talk about the weather when you come on with us, and it feels like no precipitation today, but this wind is significant, and I'm guessing it's probably going to stay this way or get even maybe more consistent throughout the game.
Yeah, I was talking to some of our stadium officials, and they expect wind gusts of up to 40 miles an hour throughout the game. This is going to be and the way the stadium is configured anyway, it's like a north by northwest wind, and so Jake is really on top of it. He's been used to it. He went out earlier this week and kicked in it late in the afternoon, I think on Wednesday, but it's going to impact the game. I mean, I'm not sure you're going to kick extra points. I'm not sure any field goal over 40 yards is a wise decision. I don't know about the punt game, catching punts. All of those things are going to impact decisions on fourth down and the special teams. And these are two coaching staffs that are really aggressive and that are going to challenge each other. So it is a major, major factor. It'll be cold and it will be extremely windy.
I mean, one thing that stands out to me, Ike, if that's the case, is a lead early matters, right? Because if you're chasing points, then you if you don't go for one and you go for you got to throw in the wind, right? That's one, and then two. Like last night, extra points in that game. There was a missed extra point, missed field goal. Yeah. The team that gets the lead could be in a big advantage early.
Yeah, and who decides to take that big swing first?
Yeah,
right?
Trying to take a shot.
Yeah,
take a shot.
Because turnovers also is something you don't want to happen, because it could be one of these low-scoring games where each possession certainly matters. If the wind is going to be up to 40 miles per hour, throwing the ball, I don't know how effective you would be able to do that down the field. Obviously, with shorter passes, I think Dallas Goedert and George Kittle can have sort of major impacts on today's offenses. But it's really going to boil down to running the football. Kyle Shanahan is going to try to get Christian McCaffrey going over there running the ball. He'll use his play action, things of that nature. A lot of quick throws to the outside, which are just extended handoffs. We have to execute in that area as well.
How hard is it for a linebacking core like San Francisco that it does have backups, not a lot of familiarity? Don't you want to space them out and make them play in the pass game?
Yes. They're cooked today. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You got to make sure Dallas Goedert is working over these linebackers.
And Saquon?
Now, listen, we don't do a lot with Saquon throwing the ball to him. But, yeah, I would agree. Getting him in some matchups where he's one-on-one and can make these guys miss, I think that's where the advantage is at. Whereas the flip side of that, I feel like we're so good up the middle of our defense when you look at our second level and our safeties and our nickel corner. That's where some of our best tackling happens at. So that's why I give us the advantage there. But to your point, Dave, if from an offensive standpoint, I'm trying to work these linebackers as much as I can. Well, they don't have familiarity of playing together. They haven't played in this defense a whole lot, and they haven't played a whole lot. So,
yeah, I mean, you think about the last time the Niners were here, who the Eagles linebackers were, who their defensive coordinator was. McCaffrey and Kittle lit them up.
Shaq Leonard?
Moreau was one of them.
Nicholas Moreau.
I don't remember if it was Patricia yet at that point.
We've come a long way with
these
guys.
But you think about today, how much better the linebackers are, and you have maybe the best linebacker coach, obviously coordinator as well, but in terms of specialty being the linebacker in Vic Fangio. So they are set up well to handle the two players on the Niners offense that are, in theory, would hurt you the most.
No question. Dave, we appreciate you hopping up. Enjoy today, and let's talk next week. Getting ready for a game in Chicago.
Love it.
There he is. Dave Spadaro. Devin Caney.
Devin
Caney will join us next. This is the Eagles Radio Network presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Hey, Joe DeCamera here. Have you always wanted an attractive, healthy smile? Well, PI Dental Center is the place for you. I've been a patient for 24 years, and PI Dental Center has been transforming smiles for 38 years. Board-certified specialists, Dr. Glenn Wolfinger and Dr. Robert Slough, perform complex dental makeovers with their Teeth in a Day protocol, where dental implants are placed and restored with fixed teeth in just one day. If you're looking for a smile that's monumental, trust PI Dental Center. Visit PIDentalCenter.com. That's PIDentalCenter.com.
Hey, it's Mike Quick. It's time to cut your old point-of-sale systems and revolutionize your business with PDQ POS. Joe Flynn and his team at PDQ have been the industry leaders for over 35 years. They offer everything from mobile POS to self-serve kiosks and the best service and support in the industry. For the fastest, easiest, and most reliable POS available, trust PDQ POS. No matter how many locations you have, they'll build a custom solution for your business. Visit PDQPOS.com.
So last year I had the bright idea to dig up part of my backyard to put in a new patio. Little did I know that underground electrical for most of my neighborhood ran through my backyard. One wrong hit of the shovel and bam, lights went out, my hair turned white, and now I can wirelessly charge my smartphone. You know, they say hindsight is 20/20, but 220? That's something completely different. Trust me. Call 811 before you dig. Know what's below and help us hit 50 and 5. 50% less damage to buried utilities in 5 years. For info, visit PA1call.org.
Hey, Joe DeCamera here. You know, when you're making your New Year's resolutions, be sure to think about your car and your wallet, and then head on over to United Tire and Service. Taking care of your car and saving money is a resolution you can actually keep thanks to United Tire. From new tires to full inspections, oil changes, and more, United Tire and Service will keep your car in shape without breaking the bank. Stop by your locally owned United Tire and Service or go to unitedtire.com UnitedTire.com. That's UnitedTire.com. Don't drive alone. Drive United.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. It's time for intelligent design, plus exciting performance. Get a new vehicle you'll love. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Philly, it's Jordan Spector, bringing you sports art and collectibles like you've never seen before. We've teamed up with legends like Devontae Smith on the Dagger and Brandon Graham on Forever 55, where every card has a piece of his championship LIX jersey and cleats inside. At SpectorSportsArt.com, you'll find limited edition artwork, trading cards, and game-worn relics made for true collectors. These limited edition drops don't last long, so don't wait. Head to SpectorSportsArt.com and claim your piece of Philly sports history today.
Birds fans, are you ready for the game? Just like a winning team needs a solid foundation, so does your home. That's why you need Groundworks in your playbook. Philadelphia's experts in basement waterproofing, foundations, and crawl space repair. Groundworks' team of dedicated professionals is here to tackle all challenges. Whether it's water in the basement, sagging floors, smells in your crawl space, or sticky windows and doors, Groundworks is here to protect your home for every game day and beyond. Book your free inspection today at groundworks.com.
It's football season, and you can now get almost anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a running back delivered, but you can get baby back ribs delivered. A field goal? That's a no. But a honey butter dinner roll? That's a yes. A six-pack of abs? Definitely no. But a six-pack of beer? Uber Eats can get you that. There you have it. Get almost anything for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Official on-demand delivery partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Order now.
In Philly, the field is sacred, the fans are family, and the energy unmatched. And Lincoln Financial gets it. Since 2003, we've stood with the Eagles through brotherly love and brotherly shoves. And for 120 years, we've been helping Americans with retirement, protection, and workplace solutions built to last. Lincoln Financial, the name behind the Linc. Learn more at LincolnFinancial.com. Lincoln Financial is the marketing name for Lincoln National Corporation and affiliates, copyright 2025.
You're listening to the Verizon Pregame Show on the Eagles Radio Network.
That sounds like it.
Welcome back to the Verizon Pregame Show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Elliott Shore-Parks, I'm Joe Giglio, joined now up here on the panel by Eagles sideline reporter Devin Caney. Devin, how we doing?
I'm doing well, guys. Ready for another exciting wild card matchup here. How are you guys doing?
We're good. I mean, we're ready.
Awesome.
So what's your feeling on the team as we enter? Like, what's your – you always wake up on a playoff game day with a feeling. Like, are you confident they're ready to go on another run, or are you in a spot where you still have some questions here?
I feel the same way I think that the entire Eagles team feels, and similar to the way I felt and the team felt going into the Super Bowl, that they're just confident. You know, they don't get too up or down for any matchup, whether it's, a Week 7 game against a random opponent or a wild card matchup where it's win or go home. This team just wants to go 1-0 every week, and I really think that is a message that resonates throughout the entire locker room. Like, it was a good vibe locker room, but like nothing any, crazier, any more anxious than any other week. And Elliot, you
not even Thursday. I thought Thursday was the loudest locker room I've ever been in.
Well, no, but like a good thing. Like
yeah,
it's not like tight. Yeah. Like they don't seem pressed about anything. So I feel very calm and confident, but that also then makes me nervous because I'm like, why do I feel so confident about this game? Like we saw in yesterday's NFC games, like anything can happen in the postseason. So I just don't want to get too confident going into this one.
Well, what you hope is that this isn't some switch they tried to flip just because the playoffs are here now. Right? Because it just doesn't work that way. Once you get on that field, execution still matters. The small things still matter. So being locked in, no pre-snap penalties, no negative plays, things of that nature. I think that is a good sign. If we can come in and play good, clean football, we should beat this football team. The only way the Niners are in this game is if we don't play our game.
Yeah, I mean, Elliot, on that, for penalties, what Ike just brought up, the only way to me this is really tight in the fourth quarter is if the Eagles screw up. If they have penalties, if they have turnovers, they have to. If they play an A game, we're going to Chicago next week.
So I think if they play an A game, they will win for sure. I will feel confident about that. I mean, blowing out the Niners is not going to be easy. You look at the playoff games yesterday. He's saying they should comfortably win if they play their A game.
I just feel all right.
I don't even use the word blowout.
This team is not. How many blowouts did they have this year?
The Raiders.
They should be.
This idea that
they're
it's
going
to be
the Giants. Don't forget the Giants.
I don't think it's a failure if this is a close game in the fourth
No,
quarter.
but why would it be a close game? Because of penalties and turnovers.
Right, I agree, but that's what they've done all year. They've had penalties all year. They've failed to run the ball all year. So I think they can be better, and I think they can win the game because of it. But I just think this idea they're going to win by like 14 points or whatever would be a bit of wishful thinking.
Well, they could.
I don't think it's wishful.
Yeah, they certainly could.
Okay.
Come on, E.
I mean, what good team have they beaten this year by more than like 3 or 4 points?
Well, they have.
Got a little quiet.
They have.
And by the way, I don't think they have to win by 14 points. Again, the Rams barely beat the Panthers yesterday. The Packers and Bears game was really close. It seems like this Bills-Jags game is close.
It's playoff football.
Yeah,
I get it, but I'd like to avoid coin flips. Coin flips sometimes go the wrong way.
Well, guess what, Joe? We having a coin flip game, dog.
Well, I don't want a coin flip game.
I know. Hell, I don't want a lot of things too, Joe. But sometimes it ain't in my control. As long as we get ready to go to Chicago, that's all that matters.
Now, I will say, to your point, Joe, this Eagles team under Nick and Jalen have played mostly blowouts.
Yes.
They played, I think, 9 playoff
games.
Yeah. 9 playoff games. Only 2 have been like up in the air in the fourth quarter. So
I love how he likes to go back and forth with it.
I'm just saying.
1 minute he's telling you
that. I'm just giving you all the facts.
Don't let me leave this out. Nick and Jalen blow out everybody.
It is true, though. It is. I don't think it will be a blowout today, but they've been mostly involved in blowouts.
I think it could be if the offense, plays to the standard that we've wanted them to play to really all season.
Wait a minute, you hear what she just said? The standard that we wanted them to play to.
But if you look at the last 2 postseasons where the Eagles went to the playoff or the Super Bowl, they averaged 8 more points offensively in 2022, 2024.
Okay.
Than they did in the regular season. So there is a sign, and we can have hope that they can score more points than they did throughout the regular season. My confidence, as most people's, is in the defense. I just don't think the defense is going to allow more than like 7 points.
That's what I'm talking about.
But what are we talking about here?
We get frustrated talking about this offense. We spend so much time talking about the offense when the defense is what's going to lead us to the championship.
Yeah.
Hope is not
the true necessity on this team. The defense.
The offense has to lead them to a Super Bowl.
Oh, stop.
We're sitting up here like, they'll only give up 7 points or 13 points. You know how hard that is to do? The Niners are one of the top scoring offenses in the NFL this year.
The Eagles' defense is the number 1 defense.
Yes, they have a
the
great
bye.
defense, but I'm saying
the
Eagles offense
Vic Fangio is not allowed more than 15 points.
Can I ask y'all?
Shanahan offense.
Everybody on this panel. Can I ask everybody on this panel a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What did both games come down to yesterday? Quarterback play.
The offense.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Panthers' defense.
But none of those defenses are as good as the Eagles.
None of those defenses are close to the Eagles.
And like semantics.
No,
But the bottom line,
semantics.
the bottom line is this: both quarterbacks had to make plays when the game was on the line.
Sure.
That's what it's going to come down
Also,
to.
But we're not giving up 30 points.
Well, I think both teams had to get into 30s to win yesterday.
I'm with you. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Both teams had to get
It's
into
the
30s
playoffs. Like you
to
say,
win.
it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
I mean, last year, did they really need Jalen to make plays with the game on the line to win the Super Bowl?
Well, he made big plays
Sure.
like he did in the
But
championship
that they
game.
needed.
But
He got a 7-0 start. Saquon scored a touchdown the first time he touched the ball.
Yeah, but it was a close game in the NFC Championship game. He made that big 4th down throw at the end of the
How many
first half.
turnovers did we create?
He had the dagger in the Super Bowl.
No, I'm not discrediting they didn't play well, but like what Hugh was referencing last night, right? Fourth quarter, game on the line. They won a Super Bowl last year. Jalen didn't have to make one fourth quarter throw to win the game.
For you. Last year's team is way better than this year's team. So it's not going to be the blowouts that people think.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree with that.
I don't think last year's team is way better than this year's team.
Oh, come on, Scoops.
I know.
They were certainly playing.
I don't.
What do you mean, defensively?
Defensively, it's close.
Oh, okay,
Defensively, it's
the whole team?
absolutely even.
I mean,
This year's defense is better.
Actually, no, it's not. I actually
think
looked this up.
What'd you look up?
I looked up which defense is better.
Well, last year statistically was better.
Historically better. Way better.
Right.
This is a good defense. Last year's defense was a historically good defense.
Are you including the Super Bowl run in that? I'm asking. Like, are you saying
Well,
this?
because the defense really started, like, they played their best football as the season went, and we're seeing that now.
Yes. Once Cooper DeJean got healthy and they put him in the starting lineup.
Yeah. I would say since the bye, though, like the gap isn't gigantic.
I
Since
agree.
the bye, yeah.
I agree.
It could be close.
Where did the Eagles finish this year in points per game on defense?
Fifth.
Okay.
Fifth.
Last year,
we finished second.
The Chargers were one last year.
And I think we were 0.2 of a point from finishing first.
Yes.
They were good last year.
That's why Hugh had a green beard
They
this
were
day last
great
year.
last
Yeah, I remember
year.
that.
Yeah, I know you do. Devin, we
They were
appreciate
great. They led us to a Super Bowl with Saquon.
Oh,
And Jalen.
there it is. Oh, there it is. All right, Devin, we appreciate you hopping on. Have a great broadcast.
They look at you
And,
about
and hopefully we're talking about a
Off the
Bears
table
game
is
next
both
week.
of
All right, this is the Eagles Radio Network presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Piazza Premium Automobiles is proud to serve as the halftime sponsor of the Eagles Radio Network as the team drives for another championship. Experience the ultimate luxury in a new or certified pre-owned vehicle from Piazza Premium Automobiles with exclusive brands like Land Rover, Jaguar, Porsche, BMW, Infiniti, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, and Mercedes-Benz. You are sure to elevate your drive. Find the Pennsylvania, Delaware, or New Jersey location nearest you. Visit PiazzaPremiumAutos.com.
Pump up your energy savings with the new Bradford White Aerotherm G2, the only hybrid electric heat pump water heater manufactured in America using the finest components from around the world. It's a Bradford White, so it's built to be the best for years of reliable performance, top efficiency, and energy savings. Plus, rebates and tax credits could save you thousands more. How you heat your water matters. So ask your plumbing pro about the Aerotherm heat pump water heater and visit BradfordWhite.com to learn more.
Birds fans will tell you, the other team might not notice the early warning signs of trouble, like the quick hits, the pressured throws, the third and longs. Heart failure can sneak up on you too. The early warning signs can be subtle: sudden weight gain, loss of appetite, persistent cough, and more. It's a serious condition that needs expert care from a team like Deborah Heart and Lung Center. So if something's just not right, take a time out and ask a Deborah specialist. DemandDeborah.org.
Dear Eagles fans, Toyota's a proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles and official automotive partner of the NFL. The Toyota Corolla and all-hybrid Camry make big plays with style and efficiency. RAV4 is a versatile game changer. Highlander's got room for your whole squad. And the rugged Tacoma and Tundra control the line of scrimmage. Visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
Every team needs a reliable defense, especially when life blindsides you. At Pansini and Pazika Law Group, you're not just an injury case, you're family, and we fight for you the way we'd fight for one of our own. From your first call to your final settlement, we're by your side, making sure your voice is heard on every play. Your recovery is personal to us. Pansini and Pazika Law Group. Hundreds of millions recovered. Schedule your free consultation. Visit PansiniLaw.com.
Running a business in Philly means knowing how to hustle, finding every edge to stay competitive. Here's one thing you don't want to overlook: saving energy and money with Pico. Pico offers expert energy assessments to help businesses of all sizes find solutions to reduce energy use and lower costs. From financial incentives to equipment upgrades, Pico makes it easy to improve your bottom line. Visit pico.com/ways to save to start saving today.
Hey, this is Reed Blankenship from the Birds. Bring home more for less at Ashley. Check out these savings.
Transform your home for 2026 with great offers on our favorite looks at Ashley's New Year's sale. Discover hot buys for every room in your home, starting at just $299. And you can ring in the new year with new styles today and pay over time with 60-month special financing on in-store purchases. Don't miss out. Shop the season's must-have looks at Ashley's New Year's sale.
Call 811 if you have some groundwork to do. Utilities are under you, and it's all good until they spew. Oops, now all on your lawn. It smells feels like a porta-john. Should've just called 811. It's a real human stinky bomb. Call 811 before you dig and help us hit 50 and 5. 50% less damage to buried utilities in 5 years. For more info, visit pa1call.org.
Who's the man in a white plumbing van?
Roto-Rooter Man.
Who's the dude who clears your drain of food?
Roto-Rooter Man.
Who's the guy to keep your basement dry?
He's the Roto-Rooter Man.
Who's your friend for a pipe on the man?
Roto-Rooter Man.
If plumbing, drains, or water cleanup are the plan, better call your Roto-Rooter man. Roto-Rooter, we put water where it should be.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
This is the Verizon pregame show on Eagles Radio.
Welcome back to the Verizon pregame show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of the Philadelphia Eagles, alongside Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Elliott Shore-Parks, I'm Joe Gilly. Coming up in just a couple minutes, we will be joined by our honorary captain today, Fletcher Cox. Elliott, though, before we get there, what's the latest you're hearing about Lane Johnson?
Yeah, so it does not seem like Lane Johnson is going to play today. I don't believe inactives are out yet, but they're warming up inside, and Fred Johnson is lining up at right tackle next to Tyler Steen. Cameron Williams, who initially apparently came out in street clothes, is now dressed like he is going to be active. So it doesn't even seem like Lane came out on the field to test his injured foot. But when the inactives come out in a few minutes, it seems like Lane will be inactive, and it'll be Fred Johnson at right tackle.
All right. I mean, Ike, obviously a big deal if it goes that way. I guess for me, if I'm the Eagles, I'd want clarity before the game, because they got to figure out what they're doing there. And if they think he can go and then he has to come out of the game, that could throw everything off.
I'm actually shocked at this. I guess I shouldn't be shocked, but it seemed like it was trending towards him playing this week, and now we're at this point where
Lane is inactive, by the way.
Lane is inactive?
Lane is
All
inactive.
right, breaking news, Lane Johnson is inactive for the game today. All right, that means Fred Johnson. Whew. Not great.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing.
Hands on deck.
He's been playing the last, 6 or 7 weeks. So
they're used to it.
Yes, so they certainly have gotten used to Fred being out there. And, he and Tyler have had an opportunity to work together over there. It's a good thing we're going against the worst pass rush in the league this year. So we just need to hold up and don't hold on to the football too long.
Hugh, how big of a deal is it?
I think it's huge, man. But we kind of knew that this was probably going to be the case when calm down, bro. I'm trying to talk to you, making me lose my train of thought. Thank you. Hell, I forgot what I was about to say, man. Go ahead and go.
Hugh, the impact on Lane Johnson not being there.
No, I think it's going to be huge, man, because what Lane means a lot to this team. He's been a staple, but to your point, he hasn't played in a couple weeks. So now it's all hands on deck situation. He's not going to be out there. Fred's going to have to step up and play well. Like I was saying, luckily we're playing against one of the worst pass rushers in the NFL, and you just got to go out there and get the job done.
Yeah, Elliot, to me, more it's about the run game. I mean, I think they can hold up against this pass rush, right? The Niners can't get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Fred could probably do a decent job there. They'll be fine. It's the run game, right? Because that's what I think today with this weather they're going to need to establish.
And I do think Fred is a better run blocker than he is pass blocker, so that's a positive. Look, Lane is a Hall of Fame talent. His name and number will be hanging in the Linc one day. But this year they have mostly played without Lane. He's been out half the year. Fred's been playing next to Tyler for almost 2 months now. So going up against this defensive line, I get it's like not fun that Lane's not playing, but I don't think it's as big of a loss for this game specifically as it might feel like.
Well, we've had 2 good offensive outputs since Lane's been out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Against bad teams.
But it's not like the offense was lighting it up when Lane was in
I'm
either.
just saying, though.
Well, no, it was part of the good feeling this week, though. Lane's back, and away we go. And now
I just don't think it's like if AJ was suddenly out or one of those things. Like, they have had a lot of time to play without Lane.
Well, now the question is this just he's not quite ready, or is this some sort of setback, right? Like, if the assumption is they're going to win today, is he back next week at Chicago, or is this, we don't know?
This might be a huge setback, man. It feels like they've held off the surgery for this Liz Frank for as long as they possibly can.
Hoping that it would get better.
This what this kind of feels like to me. This is me recklessly speculating.
Yeah, I think you got to assume no Lane Johnson the rest of the playoff run. And if he is healthy enough to play, then that's a bonus. But I think counting on him at this point as part of the run is wishful thinking.
Yeah, all right. Before we go any further, Fletcher Cox going to join us on set coming up in just a minute. First, though, our fans of the game to lead us in an Eagles chant here. We have Debbie and Eric Spinelli. Look at that. I mean, they are ready to go here. both teachers here, ready to go.
These are the ones that are in charge of our youth.
Yes, they are. All right, lead us in an Eagles chant here.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
All right, there it is. This is the Eagles Radio Network presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring.
That was tame.
Since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Wild Card Weekend has arrived.
We know what we got to do. We know it's at stake. It's when to go home.
The regular season is now a distant memory as the defending champs take flight.
We want it. It don't come easy. So we gotta go take it.
And aim to maintain their undefeated postseason record at Lincoln Financial Field in the Sirianni Hurts era.
We're not going to be judged off of how it got done. We're going to be judged off if we did it or not.
Today, as they battle the 49ers. Today's game is sponsored in part by PNC Bank, PDQ Restaurant Point of Sale Systems, Verizon, NovaCare Rehabilitation, your Delaware Valley Honda dealers, Deborah Heart and Lung Center, Acme, Piazza Auto Group, Ashley Furniture, and Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. You're listening to the Verizon Pregame Show on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
Welcome to the Verizon Pregame Show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're live from Lincoln Financial Field as we get ready for the NFC wildcard game, the Eagles and the 49ers, alongside Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Elliott Shore-Parks. I'm Joe Giglio, and how about we have a big handout here for our honorary guest, the honorary captain today,
Fletch.
Oh, thank you.
Fletcher Cox. Fletcher, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Hey, pretty good. Fletch, I got a question before everybody gets started.
All right, let's go.
What is
got
it?
an answer.
What is it? I know you got an answer. What does it feel like to hit 200 miles an hour, dog? Congratulations on your rookie year, though, by the way. How did that feel?
It was great. It's something I've done, been around my entire life, and finally I got in the seat. And as a team owner, we're having a lot of fun. Like the Birds are having a lot of fun, right? First round of the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
We're used to playing in late January around here, so we're used to going in drag racing. We're used to going into rounds, to semis and finals. So let's go, baby.
Yeah.
So as one of the team captains of the first team to bring the Vince Lombardi home back in 2017, 2018, you were around this team a little bit last year, so you're still familiar with the culture of the team. Just your thoughts on how the season has played out. And the defense, my God, the defense the last 2 years, got to be proud of that.
Definitely proud of it, you know what I'm saying? And I was around those guys, I'm a big D-tackle, D-end guy. I'm an up-front guy, and those guys is just watching them progress and how much better they've been, and honestly, like, I can say this selfishly, I think, Jordan Davis has been our best defensive lineman total, like, year-round. Haven't missed games. He took care of himself in the offseason, and he's doing the right things to become an elite player in this league, and I'm so proud of him.
Well, so many players on that defensive line still to this day will talk about the impact you had on them. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. So you got to be around them early in their career. Just, what do you think of the development they have shown, and, what do you think makes them great players?
I think the biggest thing is they watched how I practice, and they goes, when I did individual was my thing. I had so much fun doing individual drills because that is where you get great. That is where you become a better player. And you go to team peers, all you guys can. Team peers are team peers. You try to take care of your teammates because we only have so many players. But individual is where you get great. Individual is where you get better at everything, the game plan, doing everything you need to do, and that's why I always honed in on. And those guys, I think they kind of soaked it in and watched it, and it's like, again, it's really great to see them grow.
Fletcher, the Eagles made a decision last week to rest the starters, right? To kind of give themselves a bye week. For you, a couple times you guys went to the Super Bowl when you were here, 17-22, you guys had the bye. How important was that for you, especially the defensive lineman, right? All the snaps over the course of the season. What does that bye do for D linemen, for defensive players to kind of get their bodies right before a postseason run? So
here's the deal. When we won back in 17-18, I actually played in that Dallas game.
So you know what
it was
you know
freezing
what that
out
was
there.
like.
It was
Yeah.
freezing out
Well,
there that
I
game.
did a
the
selfless
starters played,
thing. We had some interior D tackles banged up, and Howie and Doug came to me and said, hey, you got to play in this game. And I said, okay, like no problem.
Yeah.
I think it was like 9 degrees with a real fit of like negative like 12.
Yeah, yes.
I was miserable, but I only had to play for like, I don't know, a quarter and a half, and I got out, and I was like, thank God. But no, it's really good. Yeah, I had to play. So, yeah.
So Fletch, for me, you walked away from the game when a lot of people can argue that you could still play. I mean, that's how I feel about it. So with that being said, was there ever a time when you saw the Eagles having the kind of success that they were having that you wanted to come back?
Absolutely. I don't know where Casey is out there. Oh, there she go right there, my girlfriend. But I kind of treated football like my ex-girlfriend. When I'm done with you, I'm done.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's my whole deal behind it. And, you know, I put my time in, and, you know, for 12 long years, played at a really high level. You know, I brought this city to the first Super Bowl, and that's the biggest thing for me. You know, I walked away when I wanted to walk away. Could I have came back? Yes. Did I want to come back? No.
Oh, okay. Not even when BG came
I was about
back?
to say,
What do you
yeah.
think about BG back out there this year?
I'm proud for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a good place. You know, he came back and he made some plays and been making plays. It don't matter. I think I've watched him. I don't know if it's his, 10 to 12 snaps he's getting, but he's making them every snap.
Impactful snaps.
Impactful.
What do you think about him as defensive tackle?
We got to talk about that because we got to talk about his first step. But you know, that's the thing. But he's still making an impact. Things inside happen so quick. But at the end of the day, he's an impactful player, man. He's an incredible leader, and that's what you got to enjoy about him.
Fletcher, what kind of challenge does a Kyle Shanahan offense bring against this Eagles defense? I mean, he's kind of been calling plays since you got in the league, right? He was the offensive coordinator a bunch of places. Obviously, with the Niners, their head coach for all. You guys prepared for him in that 2022 championship game. How good of a coach is he, and what does he present for the Eagles defense to try to stop today?
Played against him when he was, in Washington and did all these things and was really great. And the thing around the Eagles, around this organization, is no crush, no rush. I'm sure y'all heard that before. You can't stop the run, you can't rush your quarterback. And that's the biggest thing about it. They like to run the football. We got to set edges, we got to be physical up front, we got to create negative yardage plays, and that's going to be the key to winning the game today.
The culture that Nick has set around here, you were here when Nick first came in. You got to watch him grow as a coach. You went to the Super Bowl with him. It didn't turn out the way you guys wanted, but they won it last year. Talk a little bit about what makes Nick a good coach and an effective coach.
The first thing I'm going to talk about Nick is what people don't like about Nick is his swag. Because he let it hang out. It don't matter. You know, he shows his personality all the time. Nick is going to be Nick, and what you see is what you get. Like I said, he's grown so much as a coach, he helped me grow as a player because, he came in, and I'm like, all right, we got a young coach, right? And, let's see how this goes. But he led his team to a Super Bowl, and I think, playoffs every year since he's been here?
All 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years, right?
Yep.
2 Super Bowls?
Yep.
5-0 in home playoff games?
Playoffs. Yep.
So it's Mr. Nick Sirianni when y'all call him
That's
that,
what
all
I'm
right?
talking about.
Because I support that dude day in and day out because of what he's done for this city.
What do you remember about the challenges of trying to repeat? Obviously, you guys bring the first Lombardi home. 2018, you were the champion. The bullseye were on your back. We've seen the Eagles this year have to deal with that. What do you remember about the challenges that brought?
Well, the challenge was for us is it didn't matter who you were playing. If you could be playing a team that's 1-7 because they know they're playing the defending champions. The challenge is now is we're in the playoffs. The challenge is now the standard around in South Philadelphia is that we play football in late January. The other challenge is to win the game today.
Yeah.
You get past today, then you worry about tomorrow. And that's the thing that I learned about playing in this great city of Philadelphia that loves sports for 12 years, and it's the best thing ever.
Fletcher, I'm sure I can imagine how proud you are to watch what this franchise has become. You know, you got here and the franchise a little bit of a transition, and then you guys go and win that Super Bowl in the 17th season, and now it's expected. I mean, the expectation coming into every year is to compete for the Super Bowl, and you were a big part of that kind of transition from good franchise to a great franchise. What is it like watching it as what they've become?
It is so great because I think my rookie year, we were 2012, we were 4-12.
Yep.
And I think at some point, now I can speak on it now, we were the worst 3-1 team in the league my rookie year. We went to Arizona, got our eyeballs beat out. Y'all probably remember that game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I playoff after playoffs, and like after winning, like I think we go 10-6 for a couple years in a row with Chip, and then make the playoffs.
Right.
But that's the standard. And the biggest thing about being in this city is it's just the fans, man. They hold you accountable. You ain't got thick skin in this city, you don't deserve to play for neither the Phillies, the Flyers, Sixers, or the Eagles. Like, you got to have thick skin to be here and get through those tough times. And, I've been through those tough times. I've been to a lot of playoff games. I've been to Super Bowls. I've been around this city, and we feed off the fans, which is the best fans in the world.
Yes, sir.
Fletcher, what's it like to play here in this building in a playoff game? I mean, you played in a lot of games in your career, tons. Playoff games, road games, Super Bowls. But what's a playoff game at Lincoln Financial Field like from your perspective?
Man, playing here, this stadium is going to be electric. And you get the chills. And you get the chills. And sometimes, you get salty, right? So if coach decide that the offense is getting introduced as a defensive player, you're a little salty because you want to feel that energy, right? But you still support your teammates.
Yeah.
But the defense, and then obviously my last, I don't know how many years, I was obviously the last guy out.
Yeah.
And that put chills through your body.
Well deserved, too.
Yeah, of course. Fletcher, what's your expectation for the offense this postseason? It wasn't their best year, for the regular season compared to what they did in the past, even last year. Are you expecting them to take a jump? I mean, Jalen was your guy, your teammate. He played great last season, the championship game, the Super Bowl. Do you expect this offense to kind of jump up here in the big games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, we kind of can throw the last two games out a little bit. We were dealing with weather issues, and, the offense obviously kind of struggled the second half against the Bills. But I think that we're going to run the football. In order to win playoff games, you have to be able to run the ball. If you can't run the ball, you can't win.
Yep.
Sounds like a Saquon day to me. That's what it sounds like. All right, give it up for our guy, Fletcher Cox, honorary captain today, the great Fletcher Cox, one of the greats in Eagles history. Fletcher, we appreciate you being here. Enjoy today, and we'll talk down the line. Thank you very much. There he goes, Fletcher Cox with us here. All right, coming up, we'll talk to the voice of the Eagles. Merrill Reese will join us here. We also got some news. Trent Williams is active for the 49ers.
It don't matter.
Johnson. I like that. I like that.
He ain't played in like a month. He'll be out of shape.
It doesn't matter. I love that. All right, this is the Eagles Radio Network presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly Borg since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Whether it's midfield or in the red zone, our hometown team can handle anything thrown their way. That's why PNC is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Eagles Radio Network and support the team's dedication to smart, tested tactics. Being adaptable and preparing a solid strategy pays off. And just like any big game, when it comes to your finances, there is a lot on the line. Having a dependable team allows you to make the plays you need to reach your goals. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Liberty Bell? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save on phones and plans where everyone in the family can choose their own plan and save. So bring in your bill to your local Philly area Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person looking at the deal. Additional terms apply.
It's playoff time, Philly. From early kickoffs to prime time showdowns, Hatfield is on your game day menu. Start strong with crispy Hatfield bacon. Then keep the momentum going with tender, juicy, marinated pork tenderloins. When the birds are making a run, your menu needs big league flavor. From the first snap to the final whistle, Hatfield brings playoff-level taste to every plate. Find your game day favorites at simplyhatfield.com. Hatfield, better care, better pork.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Be the MVP of the year. Order your groceries online and get them delivered or ready for pickup in 30 minutes or less with Acme Splash Delivery or Pickup. Acme makes sure Eagles fans have all their game day needs to tailgate or host like a pro. Don't miss the playoff special of the week. Clip the digital offer for Nabisco family-sized snack crackers, Ritz, Chips Ahoy, Oreos, or Nutter Butter, all for $3.49 each. Download the Acme app now to clip and shop. Acme, the official supermarket of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Just like our offensive line protects our star quarterback, plumbers protect the health of the nation. And Philadelphia Plumbers Union Local 690 is no different. In hospitals, commercial, industrial, and residential, with the best trained plumbers in the world, you can be sure your project is done on time and on budget, no matter how big or small. So when your business needs to build new or expand existing facilities, you can count on the members of Plumbers Union Local 690. Visit plumbers690.org. Celebrate the Philadelphia Eagles' historic World Championship victory with the official fan jewelry collection from Jason of Beverly Hills. Shop everything from rings and necklaces to bracelets, earrings, and more. All inspired by the 2024 championship rings worn by the team. This exclusive collection honors the heart, grit, and glory of the Eagles' triumph on football's biggest stage. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of Eagles history. See the entire line now at jasonofbh.com/Eagles.
When it's game time for your business, trust Brady Plus to get you across the goal line. As a national distributor of janitorial, food service, and industrial packaging supplies, we equip your team with the right gear and the playbook to match. Fast delivery, reliable products, real pros who know the field. At Brady Plus, we don't just deliver boxes. We're calling winning plays. Visit BradyPlus.com. That's BradyPlus.com. Proud partner in sustainability of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey everybody, it's Hugh Douglas, and me and my man Joe Giglio, we're going to break down the 49ers Eagles tomorrow from 10 to 2 on WIP.
You're listening to the Verizon Pregame Show on the Eagles Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Verizon Pregame Show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of the Philadelphia Eagles, as we get set for the Eagles and the 49ers, a 4:30 kickoff right here at Lincoln Financial Field in the NFC wildcard game. An Eagles win, and they're headed to Chicago next week. Let's talk to the voice of the Eagles, who will be on the call with Mike Quick and Devin Caney. That would be Merrill Reese. Merrill, how you doing today?
Merrill.
I am doing great. I just love playoff football.
Oh, it's the best, Merrill, and it feels like playoff football weather. It's a classic matchup between two of the best teams in the NFC. Merrill, let's get to some of your keys to the game for the Eagles to move on and play on divisional round weekend. How about number one?
Okay, number one, focus on number 23. Christian McCaffrey can do it all. He's rushed for over 1,200 yards, had 102 receptions, and totaled 17 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a great player. It almost, came very close to 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving. So he's clearly the focal point of their offense. How about key number two, Merrill?
Let Jalen Hurts attack the defense by land and air. The San Francisco defense has been ravaged by injuries. The Birds' offense should roll.
They should. They're facing, specifically those linebackers, decimated by injury. Every linebacker that made the Niners' initial roster is gone at this point of the season. It should be a focal point. How about key number three, Merrill?
Watch out for the Niners' special teams. Their kicker, Eddie Pinheiro, is money in the bank. He is 28 for 29 in field goals. And also their punt returner, you will remember him from his days in Kansas City, Sky Moore, is very dangerous.
Yeah, he is. And they've gone from a team, Merrill, that was pretty poor over the years, special teams-wise, to one of the best in the NFL. You're right about Pinheiro. We'll see how all the special teams work out today with significant win. Merrill, enjoy it. Another playoff run starts today. And let's make a plan to do this again next Sunday or whatever, Saturday, next weekend, when the Eagles are in Chicago.
Sunday, whenever. It'll be fun.
It will be. There he goes. The voice of the Eagles, Merrill Reese. Thank you, Merrill. All right, guys, a lot to discuss here, but one thing we now know, and we could just start here and then we'll get to some other stuff. Elliot, we now know Lane is obviously officially out. You mentioned that a little while ago. Also, Lane Johnson officially out for today. With that, Trent Williams in for the Niners. So big changes from what we thought maybe an hour ago.
Yeah, so Trent Williams will play, which is obviously a bonus for the Niners. He has played more recently. He's their best offensive lineman. That's a help for them. Lane Johnson being out, obviously not ideal for the Eagles. I personally don't think it's as big of a loss as others. He's not played since really November. Fred Johnson has played okay in his role. He's gotten reps next to Tyler Steen. And the 49ers defensive line is the worst defensive line in the NFL. So Fred Johnson and them should be able to hold up against that Niners defensive line. But the other bad news for the Niners is that Ricky Pearsall is out and D. Winters is out. And the D. Winters loss is a big one. He's played 91% of their snaps this year at linebacker. They're already without their top 4 linebackers now with Winters out. So I think from a health perspective, even with Lane out, the Eagles still have the big advantage in this game.
Well, Hugh, they do. I mean, he's right about that. I mean, the Niners' defense is decimated. Like, you think about the team,
decimated.
The team that they were supposed to be.
And they can't get to the quarterback.
Well, I mean, when you lose Nick Bosa, it's going to kill you, right?
Yeah.
And they did. And when you lose Fred Warner, I mean, Fred Warner is one of the best players in the whole sport.
Yeah,
I mean,
Fred Warner out there right now doing commercials. He's chilling.
Yes.
Like he's been gone for a while.
Well, he has, yeah. And now D. Winters out. So injuries across the board were reacted to here. All right, guys, we don't typically do this, but I think today and all these playoff games are a day to do it. Who is a player, that we can each pick one, a player maybe we have not spoken much about today, an X-factor player that's going to play a role in this game, that you think is going to play potentially a big role in this game? I'll start us off. I'll start with a name that we do not talk about, or, we talk about him often, and he's been mentioned more and more and more second half of the season.
Don't take my guy.
Yeah, you're going to take the good one.
Yeah, don't take my guy.
Is your guy Alex Hunt?
Yes.
Oh, we can share him then.
That wasn't my guy. No.
All right, I love the way he has played this season.
Yes.
I think he's become their best overall edge player. And before the year, if you had told me that, I'd say, I don't know about that, right? Like, Nolan Smith looked like he was going to be that kind of guy. Second half of the year, he has been excellent. Obviously, he's good. He's got 3 picks. But as a pass rusher, he led the team in sacks. Yeah. And I just look at it as good as Vic Fangio is, and he's great, Shanahan's going to scheme a couple things up where he's going to have an open shot for Brock Purdy, right? The way the Eagles win this game to me is up front. Win up front. And I think Alex Hunt's going to make a play today. He's my guy. He's an X factor. I love how good he's gotten here.
Yeah, I mean, this dude just continues to surprise. When they drafted him, I'm thinking best case scenario, he's a specialist on third down that'll come in and give you some depth as a pass rusher. He has far surpassed what I thought he would ultimately become, and it's just his second year. He's still developing as a pass rusher, as a defensive player. Man, they really got a hidden gem. We talk about Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean all the time, but Alex Hunt was the 3rd pick in that draft.
It might go down as the greatest Eagles draft class of all time, or one of them.
Easy. I mean, I was in the draft with Jeremiah Trotter, Trey Thomas. We traded for Hugh Douglas. They got me in the 5th round. We took Alan Rawson. You had 4 Pro Bowlers in our draft.
2 All-Pros in their second year. Cooper and Quinyon, All-Pros. I'm just saying. I see the path there for those guys.
I see it. I wanted to surprise Hugh. Hugh didn't know I realized that, man. We had a pretty good 98 draft.
That was good.
Draft. No, but you're right, though. Those top 3 picks. My goodness, man.
Yeah, they're balling, man. They're balling.
Well, Alex has arguably been a top 20 edge rusher in the entire NFL this year.
Yeah.
And I think what makes him special is not just what he does against the quarterback. He's a great run defender as well. He's constantly in the backfield. He's helped their run defense. And really, since Nolan came back, Alex has held on to that job. On big third downs, when they need a stop and it's a passing down, you will see Jalen Phillips and Alex Hunt out there over Nolan Smith. So Nolan still had a pretty solid year, but the job Alex Hunt done has been unbelievable.
Man. I mean, him and Jordan Davis this year have been
what a jump.
Made a lot of money.
Outstanding surprises this year.
They're real good in the middle, man. You can't run in the middle, man.
And you got to throw in Moral Jomo.
Yes.
I mean, the way he's played this year, like Vic Fangio has really, really gotten the best out of these players.
He's made those players a lot of money.
Yeah.
Moro Jomo's going to get paid. Jordan Davis is going to get paid. Alex will get paid. I mean, they don't like letting homegrown guys go. They're going to have to pick and choose maybe, but
He's got 2 All-Pro guys in your secondary.
Exactly.
I mean, it's also a tip to Howie Roseman. He let Josh Sweat go, right?
Yep.
He let Milton Williams go.
Yeah.
He was right. He had the depth behind them. Ojomo in for Milton Williams.
He did.
It's worked out. He gave Jordan Davis the 5th-year option, which was a genius move. I mean, Otherwise, Jordan Davis would be a free agent
right now.
I mean, how he hit all those. All right, Elliot, who you got for us? X Factor.
Tank Bigsby.
Tank.
Tank Bigsby.
Tank.
Give
Let's
Tank
go, Tank.
Bigsby the ball today.
Roll out the Tank.
There you go.
I thought he was the only bright spot in the game last week. When he runs, the emotion that I think he runs with is a real positive for this offense. I'm not saying bench Saquon. Obviously, give Saquon the ball. But I think Tank getting 5 or 6 carries today, especially if they're struggling early, can be really big for this offense. Tank Bigsby this year, top 10 running back in the NFL in yards after contact. Saquon, 87th. So Tank has been way better this year at when he gets hit, making things happen. So I want to see Tank get the ball today.
I mean, Hugh, you were strong on this on Friday to the point where you said if Saquon has a tougher first or second series and they put Tank in and he runs well, keep running Tank.
Hey, man, listen, it's all about who has the hot hand in the playoffs, man. I mean, and that's how I look at it. I know it's a little bit old school, especially when you talk about teams that don't take the points now. But it's who has the hot hand. And for me, the X factor today is Jalen Phillips. And the reason why I say that is because there's been a lot of talk. Like, I've talked all week about how a lot of times they don't really set the edge well. And I think in this game, it's going to be imperative that you protect the perimeter. I don't think San Fran is going to come out here and try to run up the middle. I mean, that would be foolish of them to do. And you talk about a running back like Christian McCaffrey and him getting out in the flats and everything like that. It's going to be imperative for both of those ends, Jalen Hunt and Jalen Phillips, when he's out there, to set the edge and pursue very, very well. So today, to me, he's the X factor.
Well, and Elliot, they traded for Jalen Phillips for games like this. He's
Yep,
been good
100%.
for them, but, think about the road.
Oh, it's his first game in the playoffs.
That's right.
Is it his first game?
Well, he was injured. I think it may be because he was
When the
injured.
Dolphins went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's ironic? Jalen Phillips was the edge rusher for the Dolphins that injured Jimmy Garoppolo in 2022 to put Brock Purdy on the field. He knocked Garoppolo out to put Purdy in, so it kind of comes full circle.
Think Purdy remembers that?
Maybe today he'll
probably
do it for
does.
Mac Jones.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mac Jones.
Yeah,
There you go.
No, I got it. You used to Mac Jones. Elliot, to the point of Jalen Phillips, that trade, I mean, it was – think about they're going to have to go through Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, and maybe Matthew Stafford to get to a Super Bowl. Like, this is why you go get Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, and this is why you pay a third-round pick for Jalen Phillips. Yeah. Ever since he's gotten here, we're talking when Devin was up here about the defense has turned around. You can kind of look at the minute Jalen Phillips got here and how he has really put everything else into place. He has made Jalen Hunt be the second edge rusher. He's let Nolan Smith be in more of a reserve role. I think he's helped the defensive tackle. So a third-round pick for him is not a cheap price. Howie paid a premium, but he's gotten a premium return on it. And today, up against a Niners offensive line that is not good, like Jalen Phillips can have a big day today.
I didn't get to name my guy, did I?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I'm going
I know.
You said because you took your guy.
Yeah, I'm going with Zach Bond, man. I think Zach, with his coverage, part-time on George Kittle, or whether it's Christian McCaffrey coming out of the backfield, does Vic Fangio use him in some of those 5-man pressures where he brings Zach up? Like, Zach is all – we talk about Jalen being a guy that likes the big moments and playing in the big games. Well, we saw Zach last year in the playoffs. I think he got a turnover in every game.
Every single one.
Every game last year. So he's another one who loves these big moments. So that would be the guy I'm looking at on the defensive side to have a big day today.
I also think with Zach Bond, like, he's key against Kittle and McCaffrey. Nakobe Dean just doesn't have the athleticism to match up with McCaffrey, and certainly not Kittle one-on-one. So I think they will try to avoid getting Nakobe down that sideline. That's what the Niners are going to want to do. Get McCaffrey on Nakobe and bring him down the sideline, and it'll be on Bond pre-snap to recognize where these guys are at and what they're going to try to do.
And it feels, too, like Bond has a knack for the game. Like, his turnovers changed the game.
Yeah.
And look, Brock Purdy's had a career where when he doesn't – it's kind of similar to Jalen. When Brock doesn't turn the ball over, they win. When he turns the ball over, they lose, and they throw over the middle a lot.
He'll give you a couple opportunities.
Yes. I mean, I think it was the Rams game here in September, early in the game. When we scored in the first half, Bond set it up with an interception. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Bond picks one off today.
Yeah.
Purdy always throws over the middle. That's a big one. All right, to come back quickly to the Saquon and the Tank thing. Where are you at on this, Ike? I mean, Saquon's the guy. We know Saquon's the guy.
Yeah.
But this year, in a limited sample, when Tank gets the ball, it has just been more effective.
Yeah.
Should they put Tank in the plan rather than just when Saquon needs a blow? Should there be a plan to get him some carries?
Yes,
I mean, these guys get it.
Yes, he's a He's proven to be a good change of pace back. He runs hard. He's a different style runner than Saquon. So the defense is getting a different type of runner. You know, Tank puts his foot in the ground and he gets north and south. There's no doubt. And Elliott talked about yards after contact.
Yeah.
So you know he's a guy that doesn't mind breaking tackles. He gets behind those shoulder pads and he runs hard. Yeah, I would make it. He would be a part of the game plan for 6 to 8 touches today.
Well, and the other part of it, too, is, let's be honest, there's a shot the offense starts slow today, right? They haven't been an offense that comes out slow. You're not benching Jalen. You're not benching the receivers. You're not changing the line. Getting Tank in there is a nice way to try to switch the vibe up without doing some drastic move that kind of, like, shocks everybody.
Listen, Saquon's going to get his 20 touches.
Yeah.
He's going to get his 20 touches.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with getting Tank Bigsby a handful of touches, man, because – listen, I think you're almost doing a disservice to yourself by not getting him the ball.
Yeah, Tank has earned his carries.
Yeah, I
Tank
agree.
has gone on the field and earned it, and I think he can help the offense. Now, I do think Saquon actually has played well. Like, if you look at that Buffalo game, I don't think he was the reason the running game struggled, but the results are the results. And when Tank is out there, they've been a better running team.
All right, one name that we didn't bring up, and it's so interesting because it's not been a great season, but it's the playoffs now, and this is when he shines. Where are we at on our confidence level in Jake Elliott? I mean, we all said earlier these games are going to be close, right? These games are probably going to be close. Ike has been a great postseason kicker. I mean, he really has. But it's not been good in the regular season, and from 50-plus, it hasn't been good.
It's like this. I'm trying not to let the camera see me. That's how tight I am right now.
All right.
I'm tight.
The hand shaking? The
Tight,
hand's not
man.
shaking?
Yeah, man. No, the hand is shaking. Freddie Mitchell, Fred X. Yes, sir. Freddie Mitchell, great Freddie Mitchell. Yes, sir. No, I'm nervous.
Especially 50-plus.
Yeah, you talking about the wind's going to be 40 miles per hour, blowing left to right here. How can you not be?
Well, and
I got my fingers crossed. I'm hoping for the best, but
on the other side, when Merrill was
I'm
on
nervous.
a few minutes ago, Merrill brought up that their kicker, Eddie Pinheiro, has missed one kick the whole year. It was a 64-yarder. I mean, their special teams is coming in playing well. The Eagles has not played well lately.
I do think you try to avoid kicking today. The wind is tough.
Right.
But if the game's on the line late in the fourth quarter and you are in a kicking situation, I do still have faith that Jake Elliott will make it. He has been really clutch over the years with the Eagles. He's made big kicks. I agree, first, second, third quarter, go for it on fourth down. The wind's a factor. Trust your offense. But if the game is on the line late, I would still bet that Jake Elliott makes that kick.
Hugh, where you at on Jake?
I hope that we are not in a situation where we have to rely on the kicker.
Oh, we will be.
No, I'm just saying with the wind being what it is, and I mean, I know that just as well as you do. But hopefully, it's not one of those where that's what we're relying on to help us win. We need to score some touchdowns, dog.
I agree.
Punch
but
that thing in.
Yeah.
But to answer your question in long form, I'm not worried about.
Well, you answered it when you said what you said. You're nervous.
Of course. You long talked around it.
Yeah,
We all know what it meant.
Yeah,
I filibustered a little bit.
Yeah, you did. I mean, and Elliott, with that, it could change the way they call 3rd and 8, right? If they know that they're not going to kick, I mean, that you're in 4-down territory.
But the question is, do you think Nick coaches the game differently today? Because he is.
Well, he should.
I think he should too, and it does lean into what I think he wants to be, which is an aggressive head coach. So it's an excuse today if you want to go for 4th down and those things. But the other part of this is the tush push. Like, what do you have more faith in?
Are we still running that?
The tush push has not been good this year. The tush push has made 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s into 3rd and longs. Like, would you rather have Jake Elliott kick a big kick or go for a tush push on 4th and 1? I don't know if there is a clear answer there.
Well, here's what I'm telling you. Inside the 20-yard line, and at 4th and 2, 3,
go for it.
No.
Kick. Okay.
Take the points. Take the points. The playoffs.
I think I agree. I think especially yesterday.
That's crazy.
Teams have gone too far. Teams have gone too far in going forward.
Well, to that point, right now it's fourth quarter in Jacksonville, the Buffalo Bills-Jaguars game. Buffalo just scored a touchdown to go up. If the Jaguars had taken the points early, they went for a 4th down in the first half,
it's
the first
20
quarter.
to 20.
It would be 20-20 right now. Instead, it's going to be 20-17.
That is,
Bills.
to me, is
just
the
missed the
absolute.
extra point.
That is the absolute stupidest thing that analytics has brought to the game, in my opinion, is going for it. When you're on the what was on the 9 and you're going for it.
I think you have to have a
take
feel
the damn
for
points.
you have to have a feel for the day, right? Like, do you have a good defense? Can you stop them? Like,
I don't. You know what, Joe? I don't care. It's the playoffs. Take the points. Like
Long
you're
game,
not
yeah.
like it's a long ass game.
You might
The
as
game
well,
just started.
you may as well add as many points as
You know what I mean? Take the game just started. I could see if it was in the fourth quarter, you were down a touchdown and you got to take the points, man.
Well, historically, Shanahan's been more conservative. He typically takes the points. Sirianni's been aggressive. We'll see how it plays out today. All right, coming up, the part of the show everyone's waiting for. Elliott's 3 keys to an Eagles victory. That is up next. This is the Eagles Radio Network presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Merrill Reese here to talk about my friends at NovaCare Rehabilitation. Being an Eagles fan is serious business with no time for aches and pain. The physical therapist at NovaCare will help make sure you stay healthy, active, and doing the activities you love, like cheering on the Eagles. With more than 150 convenient locations throughout the Delaware Valley and South Jersey, visit NovaCare.com to schedule an appointment. NovaCare is the official physical therapy provider to the Philadelphia Eagles. Experience the power of physical therapy.
Roto-Rooter. Plumbing problem? No match for a little DIY duct tape. Shoot, hold on. Nope. There we go. No match for a little... dang it, wait. Duct tape and a wrench. Leaks are no match for duct tape than a wrench. And a bucket and a towel, more duct tape, a hammer, this random tube I found in the basement, another bucket, more tape, a little more tape. Perfect. On second thought, maybe leave plumbing to the pros at Roto-Rooter.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Nissan trucks and SUVs are built for next-level adventure. Too much gear? Dirt? Rock? Sand? Get in a Nissan truck or SUV and feel unstoppable. Whether you want to take your next level of adventure in the Frontier Dark Armor, the Pathfinder, the Armada, or the Rogue, you'll be ready for what comes your way. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, 2025 Murano, or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 2/2/26.
Modern Group is your Generac, authorized industrial distributor in eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey, helping power your team to victory. With generator sets of all sizes and fuel types, let Modern be your Generac provider. Modern Group also services and sells parts for all generator brands. Join a winning team. Modern Group is hiring technicians. Sign-on bonus, great pay, benefits, and employee-owned. Visit moderngroup.com for all your generator needs.
Day and night, PGW puts our energy into keeping you safe at home. PGW's 24/7 safety monitoring, infrastructure upgrades, and industry expertise help to deliver the essential energy you rely on and trust. And every mile of infrastructure we upgrade keeps energy delivery in Philadelphia more clean and more affordable. When you see us in your neighborhood, we're working harder than ever to stay on schedule and continue the work of keeping you safe at home. Remember, natural gas smells on purpose. Smell us? Tell us. PGW.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
In Philly, we go all out for what we believe in. And at Lincoln Financial, we're no different. Since 2003, we've been proudly flying alongside Eagles fans everywhere. Since 1905, we've been helping Americans with retirement, protection, and benefit solutions built to last. 120 years in, and just like the birds, we have no plans on slowing down. Lincoln Financial, the name behind the Linc. Lincoln Financial is the marketing name for Lincoln National Corporation and affiliates. Copyright 2025.
Seth Joyner joins us tomorrow at 9 a.m. on 94 WIP.
This is the Verizon Pregame Show on Eagles Radio.
Welcome back to the Verizon Pregame Show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of
Boy, that temperature starting to drop,
The Philadelphia Eagles, and that wind is starting to pick up. All right.
A lot less Niners fans, too. I feel like early on there was a lot of
Eagle
Niners
fans coming in. They're coming in deep.
Yep. All right, before we get to
They're getting lathered up. The lathered up fans are in here, Joe.
Well,
My bad.
I mean, on a 4:30 kick, they're all lathered up. I mean, Hugh, today, this play is going to be loud today. All right, before we get to what this segment is all about, quick update on what's going on the 1 o'clock game today in the AFC. 8:03 to go. 20-17. Buffalo is up on Jacksonville. So
that sound about right.
Yeah, it does. The other thing that is just through 3 games so far, Elliot, is all 3 of these games are very close.
Yes. Look, the Eagles are better than the 49ers, and I do think they can win this game comfortably, but this idea it should be a blowout. I mean, playoff games are close, right? The Niners are a playoff experienced team.
Yes.
It could be close today.
I agree. I mean, you're right. And they have Shanahan, and they have a good quarterback. All right, let's get to ESP's 3 keys to the game.
Hey.
That was good.
No.
3 keys with ESP.
Who's back there?
The keys to the game are brought to you by United Tire. For the best tire price anywhere, don't drive alone, drive United.
Number 1 key for me today, they got to bring down Brock Purdy. They're going to get to Brock Purdy. They allow pressure, the Niners do. But Brock Purdy, 41 out of 45 quarterbacks this year in average time to throw. He holds on to the ball. But what he doesn't do is get sacked. If you look at his 9 games this year, he was only sacked 1 or fewer times in 7 of those, right? So last week, the Seahawks got him 3 times, and they only scored 3 points. The Niners did. So Brock Purdy will sit back in the pocket. He will roll around. He's good at avoiding pressure. The Niners don't have good receivers, but it's tough for any secondary to cover for 5, 6, 7 seconds back there. So I think they will get to Purdy, but the key is bringing him down because he is one of the better quarterbacks in the league at creating after he avoids pressure.
Well, let's talk about Purdy, guys. What do we all think of Purdy? It's been a few years now, right? He's not out of nowhere anymore, right? He's an established starting, obviously productive NFL quarterback. Ike, what do you think of Purdy as he, this is a weird year for him because he missed a lot, but it's funny, you look at his stats, I'm like, he missed half the year, he threw 20 touchdowns in half a season. I mean, he's obviously
a pretty good
productive.
quarterback.
Yeah. And 10 interceptions, though.
Yes, that's fair.
No, I think he's a good quarterback. I certainly put him in the top half of the quarterbacks in this league. If you got him somewhere around 10, I wouldn't see necessarily an argument with that. He's been the perfect system with a perfect coach that knows how to use him. But there's some good characteristics to his game as well. He's more athletic than people would think. And there is a fearlessness that he possesses when it comes to throwing the football, which is why he will turn it over from time to time. But he also isn't afraid to make big throws in tight places. So, you don't lead this league in QB rating and QBR and efficiency and completion percentages the way he did a few years ago when you're Mr. Irrelevant, the last draft pick in the draft. So, yeah, I like Brock Purdy. But there's also some limitations to his game as well. So, but, yeah, to answer your question, I would certainly say he's an above-average quarterback.
And to piggyback off what Ike is saying, man, if you want to be a successful quarterback in this league, in my opinion, sometimes you got to take the penitentiary chance with the football. And you look at like a guy like a Brett Favre and what he was. You knew Brett Favre threw a lot of picks. Brett Favre threw a lot of touchdowns too, and he threw the football into a lot of tight windows. And I think that's in order to be one of the elite quarterbacks, you can't be afraid to throw an interception. Now you can't throw as many interceptions that it puts your team in a bad spot. But you got to, like in certain situations, man, you got to slang the rock.
Well, it's interesting. When this game starts, right, turnover differential is going to be part of the broadcast, right? How the Eagles, that's kind of the way they play. Brock Purdy in his career, the Niners are 23-1 when he doesn't have a turnover.
Yeah.
I mean, and Elliott.
And, I mean, Jalen's, 41-2 when they win the turnover
I mean,
battle,
it really might come down to the point on Purdy. He throws the ball over the middle. I feel like the Eagles are going to have a chance at a pick or two today.
Yeah.
They got to catch it. They
Cooper,
yeah.
Vaughn. Well, the other thing, too, I would say about Purdy is he does turn the ball over in the regular season. In the playoffs, he only has 1 interception and 171 throws. Yeah. So he is similar to Jalen in the way that in the playoffs, he does step his game up. He's also one of the few quarterbacks that can come in the Linc and say they have kind of the similar amount of playoff experience to Jalen. He's been to a Super Bowl, right? You look at the other quarterbacks in the NFC. Caleb Williams, his first playoff game was last night. Sam Darnold has only played in 1 playoff game. So the Eagles' playoff experience is a plus for them, but Purdy, Shanahan, and these Niners do have playoff experience as well.
Now, to the point you made to start this conversation off, Ellie, about his legs, he has 8 rushing touchdowns the last 2 seasons. I feel like the red zone is really, we got to keep an eye on him.
He can run for first downs, too, third. Yeah.
You don't look at him as a runner, but then all of a sudden he's in the end zone with the football. So it's a big one today. All right,
I remember he ran over one of our safeties.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 2020.
Yeah.
Totally embarrassing.
I tried to forget that game.
Nah,
that was tough.
As a defender, I mean, the guy's only 6 feet. It's not like he's Cam Newton.
No,
yeah, he's a little dude. He looks as old as me. He looks like he's like 12.
Yeah, he doesn't age. It's weird. It looks like he's still in college.
You rarely go the other way with that, Ellie. He looks as old as you, and you said 12.
Exactly, yeah. I'm a young-looking guy.
You are.
All right, you ready for number 2?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, the first down offense.
You gave all 3 of them.
The Eagles' first down offense has been bad this year, and that is why their offense has struggled. They're constantly in second and longs. They're constantly even in first and longs if there's a penalty on first down. Well, here's the good news. The Niners have one of the worst first down defenses in the NFL. They are 18th in yards allowed per play on first down, and then on second down, they're 31st. So the Eagles have a chance today to get the ball rolling, and what this really means is hurry-up offense. The Eagles' offense is at their best, in my opinion, when they're moving, when they're not huddling, when they get to the line. Jalen can control what's going on. There's only a few plays to pick from, and they can simplify things and let their talent win out. That's really hard to do when you're in second and long, when you get a penalty on first down, and you're constantly having the clock stopped and the refs are involved. So the Eagles should be able today to get things going on first and second down, and I think a lot of hurry-up offense today is a key to getting the Niners defense off balance.
All right, so I think I'm with you, but how do they do it? I mean, is today as simple as run the ball on first downs to just pick up positive yards?
I don't believe that.
Well, all right, but Hugh, obviously.
So the Niners are 21st in the league in yards allowed on first down running the ball. So they're a bad early down run defense as well.
Hugh, I know you said you don't necessarily believe that. My issue with throwing on first down is if it goes right, great, right? But if it's a holding call, you're in first and 20.
No, I mean,
if it's an incomplete, you're in second and 10, and then you got to kind of have to throw again and again.
No, I get what you're saying, Joe, but again, I've been saying it all year long. In order for this running game to get going, which we've had trouble getting it going, you're going to have to throw the football.
In this wind?
Listen, Joe, here's the thing. The bottom line is this offense has not achieved the level that we would have liked it to achieve this year. So if I'm a defender, if I'm Robert Saleh, I'm coming in and I'm loading up to stop the run because I know right now that's the only thing that you really have going for you.
I agree.
So you're in a position where you have to throw – and I'm not saying you got to go deep all the time. You could go death by 1,000 cuts, but you have to be able to efficiently throw the football enough so that it would at least loosen those guys from up on the line of scrimmage for them to at least try to defend the pass in order for you to get to the run game. We haven't done that. We haven't had a consistent passing game enough to allow that to be the case.
I hear you. Can we just run the football, though? Run the ball.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Run the ball.
Keep it simple,
I wish it was that easy, man. But the way that this offense has played all year long, if I'm going into this game, I'm playing the tendencies. And the tendency is that, okay, the Eagles will throw the ball in the first 15 plays of the game. That's when you look at it, that's when they usually have success throwing the ball. Mm-hmm. But when they start to get into their offense, that's when it feels like, from my perspective, that it gets bogged down and they can't throw the football.
See, that's why I think they got to get in a hurry up. When you're in a hurry up, the Niners can't change their personnel. I think Jalen this year has been especially good throwing the ball in hurry up. I agree with you, Hugh. This idea that they're going to throw the ball today up and down the field in this wind is just not – it's going to be really tough to do. So I would still lean on the running game. But if you're going to throw it, I think doing it quickly, not letting the Niners adjust is key.
The hurry-up thing is interesting because I get it. I get your perspective, Elliot, and maybe you keep their personnel you want on the field. Mm-hmm. But I don't want their offense on the field. I'm okay today with long Eagles drives when they have the ball.
Well, you got to score, though. No, I get in the fourth quarter, yes. But, they've got to score points early to get a lead to make it so that matters. And I just think the best way for this team to move the ball all season, really, has been hurry up.
I get it. I'm just, last week, part of the reason why the Seahawks held the Niners to 3 points is the Niners only had 40 offensive plays. The Seahawks held the ball the whole game. That, to me, that's more. I'd like them to run more than throw, but just hold the ball. Don't let Shanahan.
The game plan. Yeah. Yes. The 49ers' best chance of winning this game is Kyle Shanahan.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's their best chance. His game plan, his play calling, when he decides, because there's going to be a gadget play in there somewhere today, because they got to either steal a possession, or figure out a way to get the ball over the Eagles' head because it's so difficult to score against this defense. So you want to keep Kyle Shanahan over there watching the game and let Robert Saleh have to work with what he has out there on the field.
I agree. All right, Elliot, how about key number 3?
So number 3, the key for me, attack the linebackers. And I'm excited to hear what Ike and you have to say about this especially. But you look at the Niners defense. Their top 4 linebackers that made the team this year not playing today. Fred Warner, Nick Martin, D. Winters, Tatum Bethune, all out. So you look at the linebackers that will play today. They've all played less than 15% of the snaps. So this is a team that is vulnerable over the middle of the field. And what I ask you, Ike, and you too, Hugh, it's like, how do you attack the linebackers that have not been out there a lot?
With
like,
the tight end.
If you're Patullo today, how are
space.
you going after those linebackers?
That's why I said Dallas Goedert is a key today. He should have a big day today. You look at those guys, even Kaiser, who has some experience.
So Kaiser's not playing today.
Oh, he's not playing?
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
But he has to your point, he has experience. Those other people don't.
Exactly. But I was going to say there's a huge size of difference there, and he's not going to even be in there. But Dallas, with his athletic ability, his physicality, I would work the hash marks to the numbers, trying to get him matched up one-on-one. He's definitely going to be a huge target for us in the red zone. Yeah, and then you can loosen him up. I don't know how this wind's going to play today, so I don't know how many shots you take downfield. But depending on where the wind is blowing at in the stadium, when you're going with the wind, that's when you take your shots.
Hugh, what do you think?
That's basically the same thing that Ike is saying. The problem is this. In order for us to try to take as much advantage of the linebackers as we want to, that's not the offense that we run. So we're going to have to be.
You mean over the middle stuff?
Yeah. Yes.
That's why I
we're
say hash
to
marks to the numbers.
That's what I'm saying. In order to make that a big deal, you have to be able to do that, and that's where we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's on the quarterback, man. I mean, listen, it's always on the quarterback. Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's on the quarterback. In order for us to be successful in this game, which I think we are, you're gonna have to take some chances over the middle.
Well, I think the other way though, and not to keep harping on this, but I do think it'll be important today. When you have linebackers in the middle of the field that are like they're calling the plays in, they're getting everyone organized. They haven't played a lot. They are prone to making mistakes if you make them hurry.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So I'm saying if you can do it, get into a hurry-up offense, and they're trying to do things on the fly, they haven't gotten snaps together. I think you can catch them, and that's one way you can get big plays is because of breakdowns.
I think for me, and I know this is not what we do. But if you got those linebackers dropping back and you got crossing routes, that could be a huge factor. That could be a big time run after the catch plays.
Yeah.
But that's not our offense. That's not that. Well, let me take that back. We haven't done a whole lot of that this year.
Well, they haven't, but they did do some of it, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm about.
The Charger game.
The Charger game.
5 turnovers.
Yeah. The Charger.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, that was
led to 5 turnovers.
I will say, though, the 5 turnovers were a little, they got a bit unlucky. But, yes, I agree. I would not throw the ball over the middle a ton today.
Unlucky?
Well, I'm saying that one wasn't over the middle. The other one, Jalen for sure got tricked at.
But there was one that was dropped.
One through a deep tackle.
I agree. That one he got tricked on. I agree.
Well,
but
the one with AJ was over the middle, and it was high.
It was high. I agree. Yeah. That's true.
But that's still the quarterback having to throw it.
You're right. You're right.
Well, I mean, there's another way to attack in the middle with Jalen.
And there was another one he could have had that
he overthrew everybody.
He overthrew everybody.
Well, I mean, Jalen also running up the middle. He hasn't done that as much this year either. He used to do that. They used to spread the field, and he would run it he would see it and just run it up the middle himself.
Well, they did a lot of that versus Washington.
Yeah.
Where they did, I think it was the 5 wide. They spread them out, and it did create a ton of lanes.
I like that.
That is one benefit to the Eagles' offense. Never really finding a home this year in terms of what they're great at. They've done a lot of things. There's been under center, there's been shotgun, they've been throwing out of under center. There's been RPOs. There's been spreading them wide. So they have a lot of experience in different things if they need to go to them.
Well, I mean, the question is, do we think we're going to see a lot of new things because it's the players out of Patullo, or is this just same offense and they hope to execute it more?
Same offense.
Same offense.
Other than Jalen running it. I do think Jalen will run the ball more today. That is the one difference I think fans can hope for here is that Jalen did not run it much this year. We know how much he helps offense when he runs the ball, and that can be the difference.
I'm glad Goddard's name came up here because Goddard's been awesome in the playoffs in his career. I mean, he's
and a big red zone.
He's climbing the charts of tight ends in the playoffs of all time. It feels like every playoff game he makes a big play. I mean, there was the first round here last year, Ike, against the Packers. We had the stiff arm for the touchdown. I go into it expecting him to make some catches today.
Well,
big ones.
I agree.
I think he's near the top for Eagles all-time postseason catches.
Yeah.
Like he's been in a lot of playoff games.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think today in a physical game, it's cold. We'll see who wants to hit out there. Goddard can be the physical presence that makes these 49ers. Look, the 49ers made the Eagles quit in 23. The Eagles have the chance to do that to them.
Make them quit.
Well,
Tap out.
That's right. And look, the Niners are a weird team in that they're kind of playing with house money, right? Because they have all these injuries. No one expects anything out of them. Mm-hmm. But there could come to a point today where if they're getting beat up, that they just – at some point they're going to realize they don't have the horses. I hope that is today. I hope it's today.
But the problem is if we don't create distance,
I know.
they're going to
hang around.
They're going to stay in the game.
Yeah,
now, the good news is Kyle Shanahan is 1-38 when he's trailing by 7 points in the fourth quarter. So
that is a crazy stat.
That is an unbelievable. It almost should take away everything else he's accomplished.
Well, no, hold on.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't his team come back from 17 down at halftime in a title game to win?
They weren't. I'm just saying
He's
the
saying
stat is 7
No, I know,
points.
but
right.
that kind of negates the other side. He came back from 17 down in a title
1-39.
game.
There's no negating that stat. When you're down 7 points entering the fourth quarter, you're 1-39. That's a horrendous stat.
Yeah. Hold on, but again, just unpacking it for a second. He's been a head coach for 9 years. So 3 times a year they're down a touchdown in the fourth quarter. He's up most of the time.
No, but the point I'm saying is, in terms of
true.
holding on to leads, the Eagles are better equipped in the fourth quarter of doing that.
I'm on the air, bro.
Elliot, it's good to point out, especially because this team has blown leads. Maybe Shanahan's not the right coach to do it. Can we not do that today, though? Can we not go up and not move the ball for 40 minutes? Because that's what this has been, right? All the blown leads, they've all resembled the same thing. Yep. The Broncos game, the Cowboy game, the Bills game. They're all basically the same thing. Eagles get up, and they just don't move the ball for an hour, and they just give the other team life.
A little bit of, they chip away. That defense starts to wear down because you're going 3 and out, and they're out there. And I don't know what Kyle Shanahan's game plan is going to be today, but he knows that his best chance is trying to find a way to find a weakness in this Vic Fangio defense.
Yeah, try to kick points quick.
He hasn't been able to do that going up against Vic Fangio. 5 times? Nobody scored over 15 points, something like that. And I know a couple of them was against backup quarterbacks, so I get that. But there's something he has raved about Vic Fangio and his schemes. So there's a mutual admiration there with those two that I'm assuming they know each other intimately from as far as understanding each other's schemes. So that's going to be a great chess match today.
And you know what, to your point, the thing that you worry about, and you brought it up a little bit, Joe, and I kind of touched on it. If you go into this game and it's close, then now it's coming down to special teams play. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because if you're talking about, if we go into a game and we get into one of those bogged down situations where we can't score points and they're close, now we're talking about ball position and we're talking about field goals.
Not ball position.
Well, rhythmic ball play.
Only the second time he said it today.
Well, I do think, too, for the Eagles defense, what Shanahan wants to do is trick you pre-snap, right? Eye candy. I think they're 3rd in the league in motion pre-snap.
Yep.
Fangio's defenses are obviously outstanding, but they're outstanding because everyone just does their job, right? He doesn't have to scheme a bunch of things. He's not getting super creative. Guys are where they're supposed to be. And to your point, Ike, about finding holes in a defense, that's a lot harder to do when guys just stand where they're supposed to be. So I think today they're not going to have Andrew Makuba, but Marcus Epps might actually be a better situation here as a veteran guy that's seen a lot. Jacoby has seen a lot. I don't think you'll see a lot of Jahad Campbell today. So just being in the right place will be key against Shanahan and not buying into the eye candy.
And tackling well.
Yes.
You got to tackle
Especially
well.
McCaffrey.
Because if I'm the 49ers, I'm trying to get George Kittle, Jawan Jennings, and Christian McCaffrey one-on-one, see if I can get some guys to miss some tackles.
Especially in this wind, you're not going to be throwing it down the field. So, tackling will be key. And again, to what we've said, the linebackers are so much better than the last time these two teams played. They are good tackling linebackers with Bond, Jacoby. And we haven't talked about him today. Cooper DeJean can be a massive part of this defense today.
Yeah.
He has the ability to cover McCaffrey. He has the physicality to cover Kittle. He'll be in the middle of the field. The question will be, if you're the Eagles, do you put him on the outside when they're in base, or do you keep him in the middle? Because if you put him on the outside in base, they can take him down the field, and then he's not in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and to the point on McCaffrey and tackling, I mean, Shanahan has shown he's not afraid of giving the ball 30 times to the playoff game. I mean, they don't worry about touches when it comes to that.
No, he did when he was in Atlanta. Julio was his go-to guy.
I expect him to catch 8 to 10 passes.
Yeah, I mean, he almost did he have 100 catches or close to
Yeah.
it this year? Almost 1,000 yards receiving. So that's a big part of it, the tackling and just making sure. I mean, because when the games they haven't played well, great on defense, like it's been tackling. When they've tackled well, because the scheme is so good, then they're good when they tackle well.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that was the one game I keep blaming it on the tryptophan. Yeah, it was turkey.
The tryptophan.
Yeah, the day after the day of
Monangai
Thanksgiving,
and
man.
Swift.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it was. We just weren't ourselves that day.
You know what? Hold on to that take this week because we're going to play the Bears next week. It was just a tryptophan.
The toughest possible matchup they could have got, too. That's a tough draw for them.
It's not an easy draw. They're going to be favored in the game.
They will be. You're right.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The early line has them favored next week, yeah.
What about what?
3.
I think it was, was it 3? Okay.
Would you see 2.5, like around there?
Yeah, something like that.
It makes sense. All right, coming up, we will have our predictions, and we will react to the end of the Buffalo and Jacksonville game, which is coming down to the final minute. We'll also look ahead to tonight, tomorrow, as the full playoff bracket is unfolding in front of us. We'll give you our predictions on how this one plays out next. This is the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Liberty Bell? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save on phones and plans where everyone in the family can choose their own plan and save. So bring in your bill to your local Philly area Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metric true score report dated 1H 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person looking at the deal. Additional terms apply.
Kick off game day the right way this season with Hers, the snack that's rooted in Philly. They've been a hometown favorite for nearly 8 decades and counting. So when you say their first team all flavor, you can taste it. Hers runs a deep roster of unbelievable flavors like zesty, sour cream and onion, sweet and smoky honey barbecue, and slightly spicy jalapeno kettle chips. So next Birds game, you can't help but go for 2. Bags, that is. Hers, rooted in flavor.
In Philly, the field is sacred, the fans are family, and the energy unmatched. And Lincoln Financial gets it. Since 2003, we've stood with the Eagles through brotherly love and brotherly shoves. And for 120 years, we've been helping Americans with retirement, protection, and workplace solutions built to last. Lincoln Financial, the name behind the Linc. Learn more at LincolnFinancial.com. Lincoln Financial is the marketing name for Lincoln National Corporation and affiliates, copyright 2025.
You know that feeling when you finally just let go? At Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa, that's what membership is all about. And right now, start with a free facial gift card with a new membership. It's the perfect way to get more time to unwind, more room to breathe, and moments that are actually yours. As a member, you get exclusive rates, plus benefits that roll over month to month. So visit your local Hand & Stone Spa to join today and go to handandstone.com.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
Autolender's inventory of one-owner, low-mileage vehicles is so huge, it would take about 10 Lincs to hold them all. That's right. We're talking probably the world's largest inventory, all priced thousands less. It's in a league all its own. So it's only fitting Autolenders is the proud sponsor of the coin toss before every Birds game. See for yourself at any of our 10 locations or Autolenders.com. Go Birds and fly, Autolenders, fly.
Be the MVP of the year. Order your groceries online and get them delivered or ready for pickup in 30 minutes or less with Acme Splash Delivery or Pickup. Acme makes sure Eagles fans have all their game day needs to tailgate or host like a pro. Don't miss the playoff special of the week. Clip the digital offer for Nabisco family-sized snack crackers, Ritz, Chips Ahoy, Oreos, or Nutter Butter, all for $3.49 each. Download the Acme app now to clip and shop. Acme, the official supermarket of the Philadelphia Eagles.
When it's game time for your business, trust Brady Plus to get you across the goal line. As a national distributor of janitorial, food service, and industrial packaging supplies, we equip your team with the right gear and the playbook to match. Fast delivery, reliable products, real pros who know the field. At Brady Plus, we don't just deliver boxes. We're calling winning plays. Visit BradyPlus.com. That's BradyPlus.com. Proud partner in sustainability of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Breaking down this big 49ers-Eagles game tomorrow on the afternoon show, 2 to 6, right here on 94 WIP.
You're listening to the Verizon Pregame Show on the Eagles Radio Network.
Welcome back to the pregame show, the Verizon pregame show, sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, we will get to, in just a little bit here, our predictions on how it plays out here in Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial. But, guys, let's talk about what's gone on so far in the postseason. Now, we do not have a final left. There's about a minute to go down in Jacksonville. The Bills just scored a touchdown to go up on the Jaguars, so that one is tight. But, Ike,
tush pushed it in, too, by the way. After fighting the tush push all offseason, they then tush pushed to save their season.
He needs to be slapped across his lips.
I mean, the number one thing that has stood out just through 3 games is every game is going down to the final minute of the postseason so far.
I tried to tell y'all this earlier in the week. Y'all ain't want to act like I was.
What did you try to tell me?
I tried to tell you I had a dream about this, Joe. Told you it was going to be a tight game. That's what I'm talking about. It's the playoffs. But I did. I was telling Joe that. I just felt like.
Well, he started to say his visions. Now
I have visions. I had an epiphany and a vision. So all in the same thing.
It's just become his dreams. He tells us about.
No, I told him. I said it's probably gonna be a little bit of booing. And it's going to come down to the wire.
Stop with that.
I don't think they won't boo today.
It's going to be a little bit of
I do think low-scoring, tight games benefit the Eagles.
It's going to be a little bit of
the Eagles play those games all the time. They're comfortable in those games.
It's going to be a little bit of boo.
They are. Shootouts, those things, you don't want to get into that if you're the Eagles. But low scores.
You get 2, 3 and outs, then it will be.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit of boo today, but we're going to win. We're going to Chicago, but it's going to be a little bit of booing. It's going to be a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the crowd here reacting
sound like my parlay.
As if something big happened.
Sound like my parlay about to blow up.
I think Buffalo just won the game.
Interception.
Just interception.
Interception. Trevor Lawrence interception.
That's what I said.
Buffalo is moving on.
My parlay blew up. Boom.
We were talking about that earlier. So Buffalo will go play Denver.
Well, no.
Unless the Chargers win tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, let's talk. So there's 2 more games now after our game, right? Yeah. Left in the NFL postseason first round. So tonight, Chargers and Patriots.
Yeah.
I know the Patriots are 2-seed home. They might have the MVP of the league in Drake May. Great coach in Vrabel. I think the Chargers can make that a game.
Yeah, listen, I expect all these games to be good. We talked about there being about 10 teams total in the playoffs that really have a legitimate chance of winning the Super Bowl. There is no great team that's just blowing everybody out.
Nope.
And it's going to be the best postseason that the NFL has seen in a long time.
Well, so far,
I said this weeks ago because these teams are so evenly matched that every game is going to be tooth and nail, and it's going to come down to that mistake that you may or may not make.
Well, most people don't even think the 1 seeds in each conference are going to win the Super Bowl. Seattle and Denver. I mean, maybe they will, but that's not the feeling going in. It just shows how tight it is. So,
but I do think that's where the Eagles' experience can be a real benefit to them.
I agree.
Right? When there's parity and a lot of inexperienced teams, the Eagles wearing the crown, having the experience of going through tough playoff games, having played in the Super Bowl, that's where their experience should be a big benefit for them this postseason.
And the amount of big games. It's the one thing that I've always felt it gave the Chiefs an advantage over a lot of teams. That's why they could go on the road to Buffalo and win, and go to the Baltimore for the AFC title game and still win. And it's what New England did for 20 damn years.
Yep.
This is where the Eagles are right now. You look at the last 5 years on the Nick Sirianni, the playoffs every year, 2 Super Bowls. So you're talking about deep runs. They've been in big games seemingly every week for 5 years, 4 years at least.
Well, and this is big picture, but the fact they're drafting people from Georgia, Alabama, Jalen has played in huge games his whole life. Devontae has played in huge games his whole life. So they're used to coming here and being ready for big games.
Yeah, I agree. That stuff matters, man.
One more thing that stood out, and then we can give a thought on the Texans and Steelers tomorrow. But one more thing, Elliot, you brought up quarterback play, right?
Yeah.
And we've been on the air during this
the
game.
sun's finally out here.
Oh, that's nice.
And the wind.
And the wind. Yeah, the wind
all right.
Okay, here we go.
So we've been on the air during this game, but one thing that has stood out, Trevor Lawrence ended the game with an interception, had an interception early.
Yeah.
He had 2 turnovers. Josh Allen today, 28 of 35, 273, 3 total touchdowns, no picks. I mean, Josh Allen was the better quarterback in that game today.
Yeah.
In all the games, like the difference in the quarterback play at the end has been the difference in the game.
Yeah, I know we debate it all the time, and I get the other side of it is that you do need to be a little more aggressive. You got to score points. But the Eagles' formula works. There's a reason they've been one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFL over the past 4 or 5 years. They prioritize taking care of the ball. Jalen prioritizes taking care of the ball. And so today, against a Niners team, which, by the way, Brock Purdy also in the playoffs has been good at it, the team that wins a turnover battle today will win the game. I can almost guarantee you that. The Eagles, when they win the turnover battle, are basically impossible to beat. That's what they should prioritize today. And like you just said, in these playoff games so far, really only Chicago, I think, won despite turnovers, and that was a pretty improbable comeback win. So take care of the ball today, and they should be able to win the game.
Well, they did win in spite of turnovers, but I thought the problem for the Packers was coaching. That's the other part. Hugh, you brought up something earlier that take the points, right?
You take the points.
Jaguars did not take the points in the first half of this game. They end up losing by 3 points. Last night, I thought LaFleur was a mess late in that game. He took a timeout with 2:07 before the warning instead of just 7 seconds he used there. Took a timeout on defense. They had to delay a game after a timeout he took, and they ran out of time at the end. I mean, Hugh, this is where coaching, like every little decision by Sirianni today is going to make a big deal.
Yeah, it is, Joe. And I'm going to say something else. All 3 of these games that we've seen so far has come down to the quarterback doing something in the fourth quarter to make it happen. I mean, and that's what it's about. You know, that's where it was born. Defense is a luxury, not a necessity.
He always finds a way to sneak it back in.
I'm just trying to tell you, the quarterbacks, that's why they make that big bread, dog. They got to make plays today. Quarterbacks making plays in the playoffs.
Well, I can agree on that, but
the difference is those quarterbacks have been making plays all year long.
Yeah. And their defenses aren't like the Eagles' defense.
They've been doing it all year long, bro. Yeah.
I do think Jalen has carried this offense a bit more than he's given credit for this year.
Offense?
They've not had a good offensive line. They've not had a good running game.
But where have they carried them? Where?
I'm not saying they're a great offense, but I'm saying he has helped them a lot this year. He avoids pressure. He makes runs.
You said carry the
to the middle of the pack. Wow.
Yes, I'm saying he's probably been their best offensive player this year.
I'm just saying, dog.
On a middle of the pack offense.
I'm not saying on a great offense. I'm just saying he's been their best player. So if in today he has to carry them with his feet, avoid pressure, like he is used to doing that.
He's been the best player of the 25th ranked offense.
Yeah, I didn't say it was of the number 1 offense. I said I think he's been their best player on offense.
Maybe that's the problem. I mean, if we thought about it like that.
No, the problem is the offensive line's been bad. They can't run the ball like that.
No, I understand, but if Jalen Hurts is your best offensive player, then you're not going to have a top offense.
Well, they won the Super Bowl with Jalen as their best offensive player.
Well, stop.
Who has the Super Bowl MVP?
Oh, come on.
Jalen has it. Jalen has it.
They should have gave it to the defense.
That last year was about Saquon. Would you
Saquon was awesome last year. I agree. But you're only ever as good as you.
I didn't mean to get this started. I was just pointing out what I saw. I mean, the quarterbacks have been balling in the playoffs. That's all I said. The quarterback's been balling.
Saquon was awesome last year. You're only ever as good as your quarterback
is. Best player last year.
He was.
Nuts.
The quarterback's the most important player on the offense. They were a great offense last year because Jalen took care of the ball. He made big plays when he needed to, and they ran the ball, which helped, obviously.
Helped?
Yeah, it helped. It was a big help.
They beat the Rams because Saquon ran for 2 60-yard touchdowns.
Jalen also ran for a 45-yard touchdown to start that game.
And then took 7 sacks and a safety.
He did. He had 7 sacks, but he still had the 45-yard touchdown. He was awesome against Washington. He was the MVP against the Chiefs.
Listen, you're not doing this on game day to us.
What, propping up Jalen?
No, getting on our nerves.
Nonsense.
It's just a fact.
Yes.
I mean, he's been their best player on offense this year, and I think going into the postseason, what we've talked about, when it's 3rd and long, 4th down, I trust Jalen to make a play.
Dean coming to the game looking like Morpheus.
Oh, is he ready?
Well, that's podium.
From the main, or no, hold up. He look like
he got playoff fits.
He look like Blade in that thing.
Blade,
man.
that's what look like.
He look like he's about to do some. Yeah, look at that. You see that? He looking like Blade up in this piece.
You see Jalen?
I was gonna say, what QB want to come in?
All black everything.
Oh, yeah, everybody, hey, okay. You see him with the all black on.
No hats. No hats. Yeah.
What Smitty come in?
I didn't see Smitty.
Wait a minute.
Smitty
Smitty had a hat. No, he didn't wear a suit.
He didn't wear a suit.
Hey, listen, this is a business trip. Hey, listen.
Ain't no
They are
trip.
my
It's
business.
a home game.
You know what I have
He
noticed?
saved that suit for 1,000
I
yards.
I have
I
noticed
meant
the later kickoffs, the more
He
time
wore
we
the
have,
suit last week.
the more we talk about their clothes. We have more time. All right, guys. Let's.
Well, look good, play good.
But of course,
That's why I wear my scarf.
That's how LA
Zach
got
Ball
to be where
didn't
he
get
is.
the memo, dog. He didn't get the memo.
Never does.
Well, you're always on Zach's clothing.
Zach.
That's
He
why
was
he went
clowning
straight to
his
Zach
shoes.
and see what
No,
he
I didn't. I went to all of them, but Zach didn't get the memo, dog.
All right, gentlemen, let's make our predictions. How does this thing play out today? The Eagles, the 49ers, the Eagles, of course, with a trip to Chicago on the line. Hugh Douglas, tell us how it happened.
Well, you already know I told you how it's going to happen, Joe. I had a vision earlier this week
A dream.
how this game was going
You
to
had
go.
a dream.
It's a vision. It's a vision, Joe. It's a vision. And it's going to be tight, man. And I told you it's going to be a tight game. There might be a little bit of booing in this game because the fans are sauced up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of booing. A little bit of booing.
They've been
But
here since 6 a.m.
at the end of the day, we're going to start booking our trips to Chicago. 21-17.
All right,
Go
Hugh.
Birds.
All right, go Birds. All right, I will. I'll go next, and I'll set up Elliott and Ike to finish it off. All right, I think the defense is the best unit, maybe in the NFL left right now, but it's certainly the best unit on the field today. They're going to make a play. Alex Hunt's going to make a play. Eagles 24, Niners 20. It's tight late, but they make a play late. And we're headed to Chicago next weekend. Elliott, what are you feeling?
Wow, great minds think alike. I think I have the same score. Eagles 24, Niners 20. The Eagles have the better quarterback. They have the better head coach. They have the better offensive line. They have the better defensive line. And they're at home. So I think this would be a bad loss to lose this Niners team, but the Eagles don't normally have bad losses. So Eagles 24, Niners 20. And I already got my flight to Chicago booked, so we're good to go. We're good to go for next
There
week.
we go. All right, Ike Reese. What do you
First
feeling?
of all, I want to say all three of y'all salted Charmin. Just want y'all to know that.
Always.
Not
Like
what I
it's
thought you
a
were
little
about to say.
prediction
today.
You know
Salted
it's
Charmin.
Oh, here we go.
We playing in the league today.
There he
We
goes.
playing in the league today. We got the best defense in the league. We win this game today 31-13. 31-13. Birds winning. Go Birds!
Now we're